We ready?
Welcome back to another episode of Parlay Madness. This is Kamaru Usman versus Yo Queen. I don't know. People clown me when I say Yo Queen Buckley. I thought it was. They are fighting, and it is episode 35 of Parlay Madness, man. Thanks to everyone for being in the chat. We already got a bunch of people in the chat. This is going to be a good one. PFL is on. I'm trying to sort it out on my other screen right now. I got a ton of bets, so I'm not even worried about the breakdowns today. I'm probably going to be watching the bets most of the time. So if you're betting on PFL and you're with me in the chat, let me know. We're fading Movlid. We're going in. That's a free bet I just gave to you right now. But I want to introduce the man who had me on his show 2 weeks ago, or last week actually. And I had to repay the favor and bring him back. So my man, Hey Jive Picks, special guest. How are you, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm ready to get some parlays in. I mean, it's always nice to like go over the whole full card and give your picks and stuff. But like, if we ain't making some big bank on some parlays, like, is it really fun? You know, like betting a minus 150 straight for a few units, that's cool. But if we get like a plus 1,200, plus 2,000 parlay cooked up and it smacks, those are the ones you remember. You know what I'm saying? Yes, so I'm excited. I'm excited. And I have seen you guys have been cooking up on the show recently. And I think, what is Zar, you hit what, 1,300 2 weeks ago or something like that?
Yeah, that was nuts. James hit multiple.
Yeah. What, James, you hit plus 500, plus 600 last week?
Yeah, a nice one. 650 or something like.
Something like, I mean, I'll take a plus 600 all day. Last week, I was at the casino and I got smoked on my long shots. So, you know, I was starting to chase once we got to the co-main event, and I was just down bad. You know, too many drinks and just firing way too much. I was down bad that night. I was so sad, but you know what they say, next week is always there, and here we are. Let's get some good parlays.
Marathon, bro.
Yeah, bros. That's what somebody posted earlier, and I'm going to steal this one, and I don't want anyone to steal this one, but they said, gambling surely takes some years off my life, but it adds some life to my years. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love that. That should be on like a billboard.
Yeah, bro.
For all the sports books out there, you know?
Yeah, right.
That's free marketing.
It's fucking true, bro. So my man, JB, longtime co-host, he got the pack already lit up. I'm wondering what pack that is. We got a whole selection from last week, my brother. I think we called every fight apart from the main event, basically. So let the people know what pack that is. Let the people know if it tastes good and how you feeling about this card.
Tastes so good. Tastes so sweet being down 10 units. 10 units I was down. Not even the prelims. We were on the early prelims down 10 units. My boy said, come back, kid. Wound up back up 11 units. We did well on the show. We had some good reads. The pack I got right here, I put a little bit of patchy mix in that John. Then I put a little bit of, Yano Ashmoos, JB himself. We smoking JB himself. And then we took a little bit of that Juliana Pena. We took a little bit of that Vince. This shit is a traffic light. We got so much packs in here, we don't even know where to start. But your boy JB, your boy Lou, we went on my guy Dan, half the battle this week. He had his 600th episode, and I was looking, man, like, there's a list of hitters on there. And I saw JB. I watched it back, man. Your boy JB, he held his ground. I just feel like, you know what? I'm here, baby. I'm here. JB's here. We smoking on that pack.
My man. I'm sure it tastes good, bro. So, Zar, last but not least, the pro dude, a.k.a. Jamie, a.k.a. the man who hit a plus 1,300 on his second show, a.k.a. Diamond in the Rough, a.k.a. future sports betting multi-gazillionaire. How are you doing, bro?
Trying. Yeah. Busy week. PFL's definitely slowed me down, but I'm hyped for this Atlanta card. It's a pretty good fight night. So, you know, I got some like takes later in the card, so I'm excited, bro.
Yeah, let's fucking go, man. Without further ado, we can get into it. Self-smoke is the way it goes. Sometimes, bro, you know what I mean? You can't be afraid to smoke yourself and make fun of yourself. So I'll bring up the screen and we'll get straight into it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate everyone right now. We already got 149 live viewers, and we ain't even started the first fight. So, you know, the boys are in the chat, ready to bang right now. Speaking about ready to bang, we got Vanessa Demopoulos taking on Jamie Lynn Horth. And I guess I'll go on this one because I want to be quick. Jamie Lynn Horth. I mean, even Zar apparently don't want to talk about this fight at all. It's that bad.
Is he out?
The guy's just had enough. Zar completely had enough. Like, I mean, I know the fight is bad, but fucking hell, bro. Like, give it a chance. I mean, you never know, right? Zar,
What just happened?
the fight was that bad. It kicked.
Yeah, it just kicked me out. Hold up.
I thought you left because you wasn't feeling the fight, bro.
No, my internet
He said Horth.
working. The fights are on right here. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, you said I'm out, bro. But I guess quick breakdown for me, man. I think Horth, and I'm sure everyone's going to say it this week, Horth's just like probably too big for Vanessa Demopoulos. You know, Vanessa Demopoulos is a small girl for her own weight class, in my opinion. I don't think she's that physical. When she gets on top, she's pretty physical. But I think it's just more aggression than physicality, right? You know, if you've ever rolled with anyone, you know, sometimes they might not be that strong and physical, but they're aggressive. They can kind of get you in certain positions at times. If you're stronger, better, you roll out of it. But like they can still do certain things on the mat. And I do think that's what Vanessa is. I don't think she's necessarily that strong, but she's very aggressive and stuff. So she gets her game going at times. But man, I don't really know what she can do outside of maybe an armbar from guard. She's going to get put on her back here. I'm pretty sure that Horth is going to get takedowns here. I also think Horth can beat her up in the clinch. She's just a much stronger girl, man. Like, again, I go back to the training room. If you fucking clinched against anyone who's like much bigger than you, you might get butchered in that clinch, you know? So it's tough. Even if the guy don't know what he's doing, it's still tough to clinch a bigger person. You got to reach all the way up there. And then you're like, it's just not easy, right? And I think that Horth can push her against the cage and like bully her, big knees to the body, take her down, trip her. If she's on top position, I wouldn't be surprised if Horth gets a finish here. I'm going to call it. It's massive odds, right? So we're flipping a -600 to and Zar, Purdue, please tell me what the odds are for Horth ITD. Maybe
plus
zoom in on that one.
plus 415 on Bet Online.
415
and some other books have some other books have like plus 400, and I think the best number you actually can get is Bet Online from what I've seen, because I looked at the decision. Yeah.
What about under or ends? Okay, at this point, I don't know if I take the under or ends ITD. Basically, I'm calling a Horth finish. It is what it is. I think Vanessa's only chance is an armbar or some shit. So I'm calling a Horth finish. JB, what do you think?
Yeah, that's a hot take, bro. So I'll just be frank with you. I played the ITD at plus 400. That's the best number I could get for like the amount of money I wanted to put down on it. Then I took round 2-3 because I think it's also like a gas issue. I feel like Vanessa slows down a bit. I feel like she could wilt here. We don't really know what point she's at in her career. Like that's something I wanted to talk about because she's 36, right? But I just feel like Jamie Horth's like at a different point in her career. She's trying to grind up the ranks. And we've talked about these older women, like sometimes they hit their prime a little bit later. She's had a few fights in the UFC now. Versus Veronica Hardy, she could not cut the cage off because of the lateral movement of Hardy. Vanessa Demopoulos does not have the same lateral movement. Ivana Petrovic could match the physicality. You know, Vanessa Demopoulos is fighting against atom weights. I don't think she's going to be able to handle the physicality. And who's to say if she gets put in a bad position? Like Alencar's a good grappler. She's better at Horth than like in a lot of things in grappling. But physicality and weight matters, and especially in the grappling. And I do think knees in the clinch are live too. So standing KO is live. I've seen Vanessa react very badly at 115. So Horth could theoretically be the biggest puncher she's faced. I took some sprinkles on round 2-3 on FanDuel. The numbers got cracked pretty badly. Not badly, but you're still getting plus 1,300 on round 2 and plus 1,600 on round 3. I like those numbers. And then I took the round 2 sub at plus, right now it is plus, sorry guys, plus 2,100 and plus 2,600.
Right.
Not too bad. Like honestly, I think it's a sub more than a KO personally, because I just seen Vanessa give up bad positions in the grappling. I even went back and watched some of her like grappling matches where she's going up against like 115-pound woman. Maybe they do jujitsu, but she's still getting put in bad positions. And when I see somebody tap, I just know if they're willing to tap in like a jujitsu match, maybe they're willing to tap in an MMA fight. So yeah, I like Horth. I've seen her get in dominant positions. I like the sub 2-3. I like 2-3 straight, and I like the ITD.
Yeah, nice, bro. Hey, Jav, what do you reckon?
Well, I'm going to be the third leg of the circle jerk. I don't know what Zar's on, but I'm thinking Horth inside the distance as well. Horth 2-3. I mean, I'm not gonna just repeat what you guys said, but I echo the same stuff. Like, she's just too big. Horth is huge for the division, for one, and she's a girl that I think kind of builds into fights as well. You know, all of her finishes have come in 2-3, so I'll be on the 2-3 angle for Horth, and I could see the KO, those KO 2-3. But last week, Kong Wang or Wong Tong, however you say it, I wanted to jump through the TV and just strangle her. I was like, you could finish this girl. I had big sprinkles on the round 2 and 3, and I was livid, bro. I was livid. Same. But I'm the same way with you guys here. I think Horth is got her covered in every aspect. And outside of an armbar from guard, I think she wins, and I think she could definitely finish her. The over 2.5 at minus 430 is ridiculous to me. I would not be laying that chalk. If anything, I'd take the under.
Betting on women's finishes is like not for the faint of heart, bro, because they likely go to decision.
At least we're getting like big odds here, you know, like at least the under's huge plus money.
Yeah, it's a physicality play, man, and a cardio play more for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you try to bet on skill for skill finishes, and this is a fucking jewel, boys, what I've realized betting on MMA, like if you try and bet on skill for skill, like Wong Tong over Ariane Lipski, she's going to finish her not because she's bigger, not because she has better cardio, not because she's much better on the mat, not because of any of these things, mainly because she's better skill for skill. Those finishes don't materialize as often as you would think, right? The finishes that materialize in women's MMA are more about the intangibles and the physicality and the hardware, right? So if a woman just hits so fucking much harder, then a finish is going to materialize. If a woman's such a better striker, she might not finish. If a man's such a better striker, most likely he's going to finish the fight, like Joshua Ban or someone like that. So that's what I've realized in women's MMA. I've also realized in women's MMA that if you have a grappler, they're more likely to finish than a striker, just because it's not about the power at that point, right? It's about submission skills, physicality on top. Like finishes just materialize on the mat a lot more often, jiu-jitsu wise, right? Because everyone's getting tapped down jiu-jitsu, but in striking, you can go to a decision quite often. So that's just something I've learned in MMA, women's MMA. So Zar, are you gonna circle jerk us or?
Yeah, I'm completing the circle jerk. I don't know if I'm like as passionate about you as you guys, but I definitely would way rather take the under than lay that chalk on the over. That's all I got to say.
No, I feel you, bro. We can move on. I guess we can write down what everyone's saying. I thought I was gonna be coming out with a hot take.
I did too, bro. I did too. But sometimes that's just what happens if you do the film. Like,
it's like Horth ITD.
All right, here's how I think about it. Yeah, I like Horth ITD. I like the 2-3. I don't know how y'all feel about the method specifically, but yeah, it is what it is. 13 and 16 on the 2-3 is what I got.
Yeah, risky.
Yeah, quarter unit sprinkle on the sub, half unit. I went big on it. I ain't going to lie. I was confident. So hopefully Horth could pull through for us.
Demo is tough. I will say she is tough. So it's hard to see her finish. Like, Juliana Pena last week, like I was close to playing, not really, but I wanted to play Kayla Harrison KO because it was so much better than the sub. But I'm like, man, at the end of the day, man, there's a reason why it's so much bigger. Like Harrison's going to sub this girl, bro. She's going to try and pound her out. Juliana's not getting TKO'd, bro. That girl is so fucking tough.
She's a dog.
Man. If you break her arm, then doesn't matter. A dog has a broken arm. It's not going to fight back, so.
Yeah. All right, next one?
Yeah, bro. Phil Rowe, Angela, this is a great fight. I want to pass this off to JB. Let me know what you think about this one, bro. I'm very interested in this fight.
Did you say JB or Jamie? I thought you said Jamie. All right, JB. I love this one, bro. This is a great matchup. Phil Rowe has a lot of advantages. What is the word my guy Liam says? Anthropomorphic advantages in this fight. But sometimes he just doesn't know how to use them correctly. And Andrew Loosa is a guy that's going to be coming out hot in the first round. He always does. He has a very good wrestling pace for the first round. He does a good job of getting his hands locked behind the butt. But when he gets these guys to the ground, I just don't think he does a great job of controlling them. So that's the problem I have. When you have this great wrestling and you can't control people, unless you're like Marab, I feel like that's a pace that, is hard to sustain. We even saw Quillen Salkid. He was having a lot of success, but he had to go a lot and do a lot of takedowns, and it wound up tiring him out more than Ash moves. So that's a problem here. If Phil Rowe's able to get back up a few times, maybe up against the cage and get back to the feet, I could see Loosa slowing down as the fight goes. Now, he doesn't death gas necessarily, but he definitely slows down, and his wrestling isn't as successful as it is in the early fight and the late fight. Phil Rowe, on the other end, he can play a little jiu-jitsu off of his back. That is something I don't like here. We've seen him taken down in multiple fights. The Witt one is a performance, right? Witt was able to get top time on him. But Witt is a good wrestler, just bad chin, right? I think Rowe at length is going to be the better striker. Not that he can't get bonked over the top, because Loosa does throw with intent. But I've seen Loosa hurt in a lot of fights here, man. AJ Fletcher hurt him. Reese McGee hurt him, had him on death's door. A lot of fights I'm seeing this guy hurt. Brian Battle, he kind of just didn't want to be in there anymore, in my opinion. Said, all right, I'm out. I got poked in the eye, and then he wanted to fight after the fight. It's like, hey, bro, if Phil Rowe, who has a few KOs in the UFC, works his ground game too, man. This guy works with Craig Jones, went to B Team. He trains at Fusion XL. He has good front choke series, good backpack. So I think he has backpack upside here if he's able to get on top of Angelusa. Angelusa has like a good high guard. I think, Phil Rowe would be smart to go to the body here, even with a body jab, because that's going to be his down block right there. Gabriel Bonfim did a good job of going to the body. So when Angelusa did shoot takedowns, he was able to, stop them. I think that would be a good idea for Phil Rowe here too. So if Loosa is not able to back him up, I think Rowe's going to keep this super clean. Will be a good job. I think Rowe could get taken down early, but the longer this fight goes, I just think he's going to take over. I like him here. I know I went a little bit long on this one, but I'm passionate about it. I like Rowe here. I think you get the job done inside the distance or sub. I like it. Big numbers.
Yeah, and that's nice, when you have an underdog who has a chance of finishing the fight by both methods. It's not always where you get that. Like when I bet on Mario Batista last week, at the end of the day, man, I didn't think he had much finishing upside at all. I thought I'm basically banking on a decision, which sometimes is, a little bit scary. So it's always good when you believe your underdog can finish it ITD, because it just takes a lot of the sweat out of it. And obviously, he's got chances to win a decision. Anytime you can win ITD, you can potentially win via submission, because you may not get the ITD, but it wins a round. If I have a tight rear naked choke, I've won the entire round. If I have a knockdown that I don't finish, I've won the entire round. So I don't think Rowe has any decision wins on his record, but he could have had one against Magny. He could have had one, and I bet him there, and I was annoyed. I thought, it was a chance to win the fight. So, it's not like he's immune to a decision. So, yeah, I understand. Hey, Jav, what's your take on this one, bro?
Yeah, I don't really have a passionate take. I picked Loosa to win on my channel, but honestly, it's a very low confidence pick. And I think, if anything, I would go the Rowe side to find a bet. And now that I'm kind of looking at it, now that I'm taking a look at some of the props, I haven't really looked at many props on this one, but Phil Rowe round 2 or 3 might be pretty juicy, because I've seen Loosa hurt many times. And he has escaped death. He was on death's door against AJ Fletcher. I think it was round 2, because I had a bet on Loosa there, and I was sweating it. He was on death's door, and then Fletcher just gassed out because he went for it. It was at elevation, and Loosa survived. He's also almost finished by Reese McGee in round 3. And Phil Rowe, I think, is just a guy that has to be in the fight to start fighting. I don't think he's like a guy that's going to go out there and brawl with you. But if he can start to have his way, he can start to pour it on a little bit. I think Loosa probably comes out hot looking for the wrestling. Maybe, I don't want to say gasses himself out, but I think wears himself out a little bit. And I think if Rowe can just weather that, he can maybe start to take over late. So I don't hate a Rowe money line bet, but honestly, I can't really trust Rowe at this point. But I do think he has some finishing upside later in the fight. So, rounds 2 and 3 props right now, from what I'm seeing, are plus 1,000 on round 2 and plus 1,600 on round 3. That's just from one book I'm looking at. Maybe you could get something better another way. But Loosa's never been finished, but I just have seen him hurt many, many times, especially later in the fight. So those are some juicy props. I don't want to act like I'm or I don't want you to think that I'm all about these 2-3 props because I literally said it last fight. But those are some big numbers, man. Some big numbers, and it might get a little sprinkle for me. But money line, I guess you could probably go Rowe. I'm not interested in either money line side, to be honest, because as you said, Rowe doesn't have a decision victory. I don't know if he can win a decision. I think if he does start to pour it on, I think he could probably finish him. So that's my take.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Loosa never been finished. Rowe never won a decision. So that's funny, but I think there's a lot of context to that. And I'm not 100% sure that is going to continue this weekend. You know, I really think that we might see Loosa getting finished for the first time, and I'll just do my breakdown now. But I also believe that we could see Rowe getting finished in this fight. So in my opinion, it's a 50-50 fight. I honestly think that both fighters can hurt each other. We say that we've seen Loosa hurt, and I'm not going to repeat that because it's completely true, right? But we've seen Rowe hurt as well, boys. We've seen Rowe hurt multiple times. Gabe Green hurt him big time. Nico Price hurt him big time. And yeah, he came back and got the KO, but bro, Price was landing on him. So man, I feel like this Rowe guy can get finished himself. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Loosa crack him. Loosa hits fucking hard. And the two fights you mentioned, AJ Fletcher and Reese McKee, you know who else was on death's door in those fights? AJ Fletcher and Reese McKee. So Loosa can give it, Loosa can give it as much as he can take it. So I really don't know the way. I honestly think it's a 50-50 fight. Plus 120 is on Rowe is obviously decided if I'm calling it 50-50, but I'm very surprised that the under, again, just like the Horth one, I'm very surprised that the under is such a big price. And I may have to be calling another under right here, live on stream at a big price tag. And that's where my breakdown ends, boys. It's an under for me. And I'd like to write that one down. Czar, take us home, bro.
Yeah, don't have a ton else to say. I definitely don't want to lay chalk on this fight, on a side. But I don't know if there's enough love on Rowe at plus 110 for me to take the shot because I'm not confident. But yeah, the bookies seem to be onto it. Rowe is not allergic to winning a decision. It's pretty 50-50 to where he wins a decision or finish. I think it was plus 3 something on each side. So they know it's not he's never won a decision, but it's not he's super it's way towards finish because Loosa's durable and he could easily win a decision here. But yeah, I think both guys can get cracked, and both guys hit hard. So I definitely don't hate that underplay. And Rowe 2-3, definitely like those two, but I don't know if the numbers are juicy enough for me to play it, but I'm going to get greedy and wait for some better numbers later in the week.
Yeah. And I feel like the books are onto it outside of the under, bro. Honestly, I don't see how we could go 15 minutes and the under doesn't look value. Whether it cashes or not, it's going to look value. And I said the same thing about the plus money under for Joshua Van last week, right? Which I ended up, I played fight doesn't go to a decision, luckily. So I ended up cashing that and the round 3. But I said, we're getting plus money, and doesn't go was plus money initially, by the way. And then it went to minus 110. But I was like, bro, even if it goes 15, this shit's looking hella value. There's no way it doesn't. And I feel the same about this fight. I mean, maybe Loosa could grapple him, for maybe 2 rounds and then gas out in round 3. But even then, probably round 3 looks value. So, yeah, I mean, I think that one looks value. Yeah. Write that one down.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I would definitely consider taking that fight doesn't go at 180 instead, just because of that last half of the round could be Loosa's fucking dying.
I fully agree.
And yeah. And I would never lay minus 275. It's going to be a sweat, even if it cashes and you're going to lay minus 275 on that over. No chance.
Wow.
Yeah.
No chance.
I think that's just completely due to neither guy's been finished in the UFC, but they can both finish each other. I don't see how either guy's just ultra durable at the end of the day.
Yeah. And it's the props, they seem to kind of know what's good, but then the total doesn't make sense. We see that kind of often though.
Yeah, it's true. They're very sharp on props these days. But with the total money line, there's still a big edge for sure. Yeah. So yeah, we'll lean into that. I think JB, I'm sure you want to be writing down Rowe on this one.
Rowe?
Yeah, I like Rowe money line. I like Rowe. Let's see. You like 2-3. I like ITD. I think he could finish Loosa in round 1 too. It's plus 320. What do you think about that? Is that not? That's what I played. So I like it.
Hate it.
And then I like submission at
7,
8-1.
8-1. Damn.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah,
He's a
definitely.
jiu-jitsu guy, right?
Yeah, he was
He
doing a
has
grappling tournament.
And he has really long arms. So I think he could wrap up a backpack or a front choke, honestly. Then he's taken the time out of his, training to go train with these jiu-jitsu guys.
Yeah.
And he trains at Fusion XL too. So I don't think he doesn't know a sub.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, Jive, if you ever like, so what we do, throughout the show, I don't know if you've seen the show, but basically what we do is we break down the fights and then we write down any legs that we might potentially put in a parlay at the end of the show. So there's 4 of us on the panel. You might just have to shout over one of us, but if you got any legs to put in, then just let us know on any fight.
I think I'm good with those that we got right now, but if I have any different ones moving forward, I'll let you know.
Nice.
I definitely like the late drops, but I don't know if I'm gonna write them down for a parlay.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw a 2-3 leg in a parlay for this, but I do like 2-3. Just seeing those numbers as I'm looking at them now.
Yeah.
What we got next?
Let's see.
And shout out to everyone in the chat. I'm trying to not bring up the comments when people are talking, which is when I usually do it, because when we clip up the show after, like we're clipping up our breakdowns, right? So I don't want all of these, my man Dravi. I don't want all of these to go over people's faces, but I am seeing the comments. A shout out to everyone in the comments. I appreciate you. Manx putting all his kids' college fund on the Jew parlay. Damn.
Don't do that.
That's pressure, bro. It's a lot of pressure.
I got you, dog. I got you. We're gonna get him through the college. Don't sweat it. Drew got your back.
College. Don't go to college.
Hey, bro. Make sure y'all go follow Parlay Madness YT on all socials too. Make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're subscribed to James MMA Jewish Better on Twitter. Hey Jive Picks. And my guys are bets.
Yes, sir. Make sure you follow in all of them. And boys, I'm only 13 followers off of 10K on Instagram. So this was funny because last week I was only, what was it? We was only it was like 7 followers off of 200. And I said that if we hit 200 followers on Parlay Madness, I'll give out my bets for $3.16 for UFC 316. I did that. Loads of people got on that deal and every motherfucker cashed. We won 16 units. So congratulations whoever got on the $3 bet. I feel like we need to do something. I don't want to do the bet thing again, but I want to do something similar, right? If we can get to 10K followers on Instagram by the end of the show, which I'm pretty sure we will do. I want to do something. I don't know what. Maybe I give out a bet at the end. Maybe, I don't know. Like, just you tell me. Anyone in the chat tell me. Anyone on the panel. If you get any cool ideas, something I can do. Maybe give the rest of the PFL bets out because it's still going to be on. I don't know, but
10K Horth ITD.
Live bet. I'll log into a bet and place that now. I don't know about what.
Put the entire ad in for 50% of your 10K bet on Jamie Lynn Horth inside the
Like you could even get 10K on it.
But yeah, I just thought that was something that maybe I could.
Something with a 10. Let's think.
Yeah, but yeah. So the next fight tonight is Ricky Simone versus Cameron Smotherman. I'll go quick on this. I think Ricky Simone is going to smother him. I think he's going to take him down. I think he's going to honestly smother the man. And I honestly feel like an ITD shot could be the play here. Now, I'm very upset that the books are onto it. I didn't think, like, the books are not onto it with the last couple of fights. But this one, they got minus money on a Ricky Simone under. That doesn't exist in MMA. Ricky Simone over is minus 300 in every single fight he fights, all the fucking time. And now they want to give me an under? Man, the books are getting sharper, but so are we. So there may be ways to play this one. I haven't fully thought of it yet, but I do think Ricky's going to finish him. You know, I thought Hadley was going to finish him, and it was the exact same spot. It was short notice against someone who apparently had the much better grappling than him and who was going to take him down, take the back, and submit him. That's what I thought would happen. You know, you go back and look at Smotherman's tape. This guy's getting taken down, getting his back taken. He's kind of getting fucked up on the ground a little bit earlier in his career. You know, you're talking a few years ago. But then also, the guy's chin. I mean, the guy got knocked out by Charalampus. That was a bad look, in my opinion. He ain't got a good chin. So he's got a bad chin, in my opinion, and he can be taken down and controlled. I feel like he's getting better, though. I don't know exactly how old he is. I know he's not an old guy, though. So, he's 25 or some shit like that, I would say, around there, right? So he's improving. 27, so he's improving, right? He's improving. So maybe he's got better. At the end of the day, you can't really improve a bad chin. You know, like you just can't do it. unless you take a lot of steroids, right? Shout out to my man Bellato. I'm not saying he took steroids. I'm saying that this guy would have been knocked out by JDM if he did that many punches a couple of years ago. I don't know what's going on. He's doing those Mike Tyson neck workouts or some shit, solid neck now, or maybe something else. But yeah, basically, I think that Smotherman's chin is always going to be pretty bad. And we just saw Ricky Simone knock out Javid Basharat. Shout out to Ricky Simone plus 300 on that one, by the way. We cashed that one. And RIP to my over, complete square. The squarest bet on the over and the sharpest bet on the money line. I don't know why I couldn't have done it both, but yeah, that's how I see the fight playing out. I feel like Ricky Simone's going to catch him on the feet or probably submit him, head and arm choke, something like he did to Jack Shaw, maybe a club and sub. But maybe it's just too obvious because I feel like it is obvious coming in on short notice against someone who's got the style to beat him. So that's my take. I'd like to hear your takes on the under, especially at a chalk price. It's not that appealing, but I kind of want to do it. So yeah, hey, Jive, what do you think about this one?
I don't have a hot take or really any take, honestly. I don't really trust Ricky at minus 500 or whatever. I don't really trust him to like go out there and take him down and process sub him. I guess maybe he could clip him with a shot, which, you know, if Gregorio could clip him, you know, Ricky Simone could definitely clip him. But I don't really think Ricky's striking is all that clean. I just think he throws hard. Like his boxing is fairly sharp. And if he's going to throw, he's going to throw with intent. So if he hits Smotherman, he could definitely hurt him. But overall, I don't even think I'll have a bet on this one just because I don't like the short notice for Smotherman. I mean, I know he's done it before where he's coming as a big dog and won, but this is a lot different. This is Ricky Simone and not my fellow brother, Jake Hadley, who everyone thinks that I look like without a hat on. But, you know, I don't really have much of a take on this one. Sorry to let you down, but I don't really have much. What do you got, Zal?
No, it's all. I just want to chime in for 1 second. It's all good. You let us down, but you can redeem yourself if you take the hat off and let me see what people are saying. If we could just get the one Jake Hadley.
Oh,
wow.
I could kind of see it. Yeah, a little bit. I look like Yana Lashmoose. You could look like Jake Hadley, bro. If I'm Anno.
People say I look like Jake Hadley, Paul Hughes, and like a little bit of Ian Gary. So I'm like a cross between an Irish and an Englishman, but I'm not either when it comes down to my ancestry.
Yeah, that's interesting. I could definitely see like the Irish a little bit in you, bro. But that's a compliment, man. The Irish are some of my favorite people. They're fucking crazy though. But shout out to the Irish. Yeah, Zah, take us home. Well,
yeah, I'm more like hey Jive. I don't really trust Simon at this price. Like honestly, I think it's dogger pass like money line, but obviously I think Simon's still a big favorite. Probably finishing upside because he could sub him or knock him out, but that doesn't mean like Smotherman could knock him out. But I don't know. It could happen, but I think it's pretty low percentage. But yeah, I'm talking a lot about finishes, so I definitely don't hate that under.
Did you guys just see that head kick to flying triangle that Pagande put him in?
Yeah.
That was fucking
like an arm or some shit, dude.
Yeah, he tried to go on the platter after, but Bardsley's tough. I was going to bet the under in this one. I'm glad I didn't. This Pagande is so hyped up, and he just never gets these finishes.
Did he finish him?
Nah.
Okay, because I sprinkled that other dude plus 700.
Bro, he's tough, bro. He's trying for you. He's trying for you. He's walking him down. Yeah,
I'm not watching it because I don't want my Wi-Fi to bug, but
his head is split open right now. He's gushing.
Yeah, he's bust open. JB, yeah, now take us home on this one, brother. Am I bugging on the under or?
Nah, I mean, look, I broke this fight down on my man Dan Half the Battles podcast. I think Ricky is gonna steam here, bro. Ricky the Steamboat. Shout out to Ricky the Steamboat if y'all remember him from back in the day, WWE shit. He had a big KO last fight. Like, good for him, bro. Keeps him in the UFC. Now Cameron's coming in on short notice. Ricky's just a lot more physical, better wrestler than Hadley. Presents more power, could like crack him if the chin of Smotherman is bad, which we've seen on the regional scene, not just the Gregorio KO. Go back and watch the regional fights. He's been buzzed, and he's been wrestled by guys that are lesser than Ricky, like Ryan Coos. And I don't mean that like Coos is the worst fighter in the world, but Ricky Simone's been in the UFC fighting the best of the best. He's a lot better like of a wrestler and control grappler, in my opinion. So the problem I have with the under is when there's a wrestler involved in the fight, sometimes I get a little skeptical of those unders because on the feet, Ricky will give him Smotherman's path to victory. If Ricky's smart, he's going to wrestle here. And he's not like that. I know he's sub Merab Davalishvili, but let's just be real, right? This guy's not some guillotine artist like Patchy Mix was supposed to be, greatest bantamweight of all time. What's up with your mitt? No, I'm just playing. I like my guy Ricky Simone here. The under does sketch me a little bit, so I don't know how I'll approach it. I want to see the sub number when it comes out because I can see the club and sub. Like I mentioned on my man Dan's podcast, Ricky hits hard. Smotherman's been buzzed by lesser people, and Ricky, when he hurts you, he can finish the sub. We've seen it against Jack Shore. So, yeah, this fight. Gonna wait for more numbers to come out, and I'll see how I'll approach it.
It's just, do you really want to play the sub when you've got someone like Cameron's historic chin?
Just depends on the numbers.
Yeah.
It always. If they're giving us something crazy, it just, it's one of those ones like it'll feel so annoying if he gets the KO. My man Jorik donating. I appreciate it, brother. Hey, Jive. I don't know if you remember Jorik from last week in your show, but he was donating a few times. So shout out to my man Jorik.
Man.
Yeah. He was... Yeah, that was a funny one. But my man Jorik, I spoke to him on the DMs, I believe. So sorting him out. Thanks for supporting as always, my brother. So yeah, I guess we can write down. I mean, I'm sketched out of the under as well, and then no one filled me with confidence, so I don't want to fucking write it down. But you know what? Let me just write it down, just
I'm
in
down
case.
to write it down,
just in case we need legs.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I was talking about how either guy could get knocked out, and then Simone could sub him.
I mean,
I'm interested to hear from the panel. Like, we don't got to spend much time on it, but like Charles Jourdain was supposed to be in this fight. Like, was anybody else feeling the Charles Jourdain plus 155?
I would think this is how I thought the fight was going to play out. Ricky was going to dominate him, and then maybe get guillotined. Maybe get guillotined.
Yeah. I was like, Charles is probably going to be a little bit better of a striker, but he's going to attack that neck the entire time. I think he could give Simone some trouble. But
I don't think Charles is good at that weight class. Like I'm not sure. Like I think he cuts a lot of weight to that weight class, and I don't know if that's an ideal thing for him. Especially because he's like quite fast, at featherweight. Like he'll switch stances, he'll throw the flying knee. In bantamweight, he doesn't have that same speed. So I mean, Ricky Simone's a fast motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be a little bit tough for Charles to catch someone like that as much as he could at featherweight. But yeah, we'll never know.
Yeah, I didn't tape that one yet, but thank God I didn't. That would have been a waste of time.
All right, what we got next? Cody Durden, Jose Ochoa. Who went first last time? I think it was me.
Yeah, Zog, can you take us away on this one? It's a fucking great fight, man. One of the best fights on the entire card, easily.
Yeah. I was taping this like right before the show, so I haven't finished tape, but I know Durden pretty well. I was mostly just watching Ochoa. I don't know if I want to lay chalk against Durden just because I don't know. I feel like I'm a little higher on Durden than most people. He's well-rounded, like pretty durable. But yeah, I like Durden, like decision plus 350 seems solid. Ochoa seems like a dog. So I think that's pretty like juicy if he's like 35% to win and it's like plus 350 on his decision. I like that on the Durden side. And then Ochoa just seems a little bit more athletic, maybe some more power. So I get why he's favored. But yeah, I think Durden decision would probably be like where I'm looking to play. But it's plus 350, which is solid. I think it's closer to 25%, but I might get greedy and hope for a better number. We'll see.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, this is a great fight, man. Let me know your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, this is probably, I don't want to say one of my more stronger takes, but I was debating going heavy on Ochoa's money line, but ultimately I just settled in on the inside the distance because I think that's probably most of his win equity. If he's going to get it done, he's probably going to finish Cody. I mean, Cody's probably got the wrestling advantage here. I mean, not probably, but definitely the wrestling advantage. But I think Ochoa has shown that he could defend or at least scramble or throw a bunch of submissions up. And I think Cody Durden is putting himself into a lot of bad spots. I mean, me and JB talked about it on my live stream on Tuesday, but this guy just constantly puts himself into bad spots on the ground. And I think Ochoa can put him in those bad spots and maybe finish him on the ground. So I don't mind the Ochoa sub. But I do think on the feet, Ochoa is just going to be way more dangerous. Durden's 34 years of age, 10 years younger is Ochoa. And I think Ochoa, he got his loss out of the way. I always like to. I don't want to say I like to bet on guys coming off a loss, but like the first career loss, I think you get a little bit of a more motivated guy coming back. And I think Ochoa is just way more dangerous in this one. Like I don't see Durden hitting him with anything to where he's going to be phased. And if he's going to try to take him down, like Ochoa is going to make him work. So I like Ochoa inside the distance at plus 160. Ochoa sub at, I got it at like plus 7 something, but I don't know what it's at now. But I think the Ochoa sub is super live. I mean, Cody's been subbed, 4 times? And like we said, he's putting himself into bad spots. So I like Ochoa to get it done inside the distance.
Dude, those numbers are crazy.
Yeah, big price. I managed to get 500 on the sub, so we're both on that. Hey, Jive, so hopefully we can cash that one together. I think a lot of the community are on Ochoa sub here. I got my man Dravi in the chat saying he's on the Ochoa sub to the moon. So I think a lot of people are on, the Ochoa sub here. I think it's sharp. It's priced quite a bit above his TKO, which I was quite surprised at. I know he's got a lot of TKOs, but like you said, man, Durden's a tough motherfucker. I mean, he got hit with a brutal flying knee in the first 60 seconds by Makayev, and he was all right. Obviously, ended up getting guillotined in that one. He took all that Van has, which is a very tough ask, as we know. So it's not out of the realm possibility he gets knocked out here. But upside on the plus 500 on somebody who is very opportunistic with his submissions. I mean, we've seen it on the regional scene in that fight against Pantoja, but we've also seen it when he fought Lona Kavanagh because he hurt him. Like he lost 95% of that fight. Lona's small margins at times when he's fighting a beast like that, but he lost 95% of the fight. But the moment he won, he hurt him and instantly jumped to the back, took the back. And if that wasn't someone as high level and someone I rate and someone who's never been beat in Lona Kavanagh, they could have been submitted. I feel like if he does that to Durden and he takes the back, I think it's another Tagir Ulanbekov's spot where he's climbing on the back and he's eventually finishing the fight. So I like that one there. That's my take on the fight. I won't go any more in depth into it. I think Cody's a great fighter, and I think that maybe we're underrating him here as a panel because at the end of the day, he's come through in spots where he potentially shouldn't have. He's beat very, very good fighters before. I know he was an underdog against Charles Johnson, who's a very good fighter in the division, and he cleaned him up. It wasn't really a close fight against Charles Johnson. And on top of that, Ochoa is very, very unproven. I do want to say that. Stylistically, I'm picking the guy. I believe in him. I do believe in him. Shoot box, strong cardio, strong strike, strong submission skills, strong everything, right? Durability, great durability. But we haven't seen that at the UFC level. He could get taken down again. It's not an easy fight. Cody's at home. So maybe we're overrating this guy coming off a loss. It happens a lot in the UFC where you see a guy take a debut or something, they lose. But because they fought well, everyone thinks they're this next prospect, and then it doesn't happen. This happens time and time again. I personally don't think that's the case with Ochoa. I'm saying that it's not, but hey, I could be wrong, right? So, JB, what's your opinion on this one?
Yeah, you just made some great points for the other side too. You know what I mean? And what do we know? Like, what does Ochoa does look like on his back, especially against a wrestler like Durden? I don't think Durden's completely dead on the feet either. I do think Ochoa is going to win the fight. Sub is live. I like the early numbers a lot better. Yeah, this is a good fight, bro. I give obviously the youth, the durability. I think the he has more in the toolbox, Ochoa, than Durden. Durden's, a boxer. He has good hands, but he's trying to get the fight to the ground as well. He got the sub, obviously, against Machinel, but that's his last win, and even that was at 135, and he took a hell of a lot of damage in the last fight against Josh Van. So I don't know what version of him is going to come out here enough to maybe be confident in the dog side. So I'm kind of in the middle. For me, that just means pass. I'll observe what I see in Ochoa in this fight. I do think he is the goods, but like you just mentioned, sometimes we overrate people coming off a loss. So short and sweet, I like Ochoa here, but I haven't bet it.
Yeah, nice. So I guess we can write Ochoa sub for me. Am I going to put it in a parlay? Probably. And then Ochoa under, I don't know what the under is or the ITD. Probably
ITD's
not.
plus 160 is way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, plus 160 on the ITD. It's like
that's fire.
He wins, he's probably going to finish him because, I mean, if Cody wins, he's probably winning most of the minutes with his wrestling. And I don't think Ochoa is going to like out volume him to a decision. He's probably going to hit him with some big stuff. So,
yeah, like even if you don't think the money line's value, I feel like that's value, the ITD.
Yeah. And I wanted to make some points on the Durden side because it's not a walk in the park, and like if none of the panel is really picking Durden, then I want to give the points on the other side because that's what MMA betting is. You can always look at both sides. And I'm not playing the money line here. Just like Hey Jive said, I don't think there's value on that based on what we know. There could be massive value. There also could be zero value and minus EV. So there's no Ochoa money lines over here. But can I ask what the 1-2 is? Because I don't think Ochoa is going to finish him in round 3. If he gets into round 3, in my opinion, shit's gone wrong. Cody's doing all right. And he's surviving to the bell. So I don't know what the price is for that, but could be a good upside play.
Ochoa, round 1, high 400s. Round 2, 600, 650.
Yeah, so they're basically onto it. It's similar to the ITD if you collate those two. That's shit.
I like the ITD though. And then Durden decision's juicy. I don't see him finishing this dude, bro.
I don't hate it at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it down just in case. I like those 3 numbers.
Yeah, we can go to the next one. I'll be quick on this next one, boys, because obviously Malcolm Wellmaker, I believe he's the biggest favorite in 2025, at least according to my man Dan from Half the Battle, and I can't think of anyone higher. So yeah, minus 2,500 or wherever he is. I'm not going to speak too much about this one. I do think Malcolm's going to knock him out. I think Malcolm has very, very elite power for the division when he lands. If Malcolm's negatives are that he's still learning, he's still pretty raw to some degree. I think that he can be low volume at times. We've seen in some of his fights on the regional scene where he gets into a little bit of a low volume context. When the fight goes a little bit later, he doesn't look as dangerous. But at the end of the day, bro, he's bigger than Moutinho here. He's a much, much better striker than Moutinho, way more power. He's an athletic freak to some degree. So I think this one is a round 1 knockout. And round 1 knockout you can get for plus 140 out there. I think that's a very, very good line. KO, if you can get it like around the minus 200, 250 range, I think it's probably value as well. I definitely don't see this one going to a decision, to be honest, lads. And minus 250 KO, people will call me absolutely insane. I think we can easily argue that it's an 8 out of 10 outcome. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that there's probably value on that. I'm not playing it myself because it's just, I don't know, it's just a bit too big for me. But I like the round 1 KO. So I might actually put that in a parlay. That's how much I like it. Like if it goes into round, I think you can get it in 2. If it goes 8, 9, 10 minutes, like I said, something's probably gone wrong. Moutinho's found his range. So that's me. JB, what about you, bro?
I think he's going. Page-Off.
Okay. What we got going on? Sorry, I had PFL. Hey, Jeff. What do you think, bro? Round 1 KO or what?
Same thing. Yeah, round 1 KO for Wellmaker. I mean, I don't really see it going anywhere else. I even think if it gets to round 2, like something went wrong. So, I think I played the under early on. I got plus money on it, and now it's about minus 160. So, I don't even think that's bad at minus 160 for the under 1.5.
Yeah,
I think Wellmaker should run through him in round 1. I mean, if you could knock out Simon like he did, I mean, Moutinho's been knocked out before many times. So
Guido.
I mean, it was the only good thing for Moutinho is his 2 TKO losses in the UFC were both standing. So it's not like he hasn't been knocked out cold in the UFC, but he's super hittable, and I think Wellmaker could put him on his ass and maybe put him to sleep. But I'm gonna go get another drink. I'll be right back, boys. But that's my take.
Yes,
You're good, bro. I just did the same thing.
Yeah, I need to get one as well. I'm gonna go now. I guess this one's gonna be a quick one, so I'll be super quick. But JB, I'm sure your breakdown's probably gonna be maybe even longer than the actual fight. But yeah, what do you think about this one, bro?
Wow. Yeah, bro. I think this fight fucking sucks, bro. Because Malcolm Wellmaker's probably just gonna fuck him up. Why are we even talking? I might as well just talk about the economy or just what do you guys want to hear JB talk about right now? Because we could talk about anything but this fight. I'm about to roll me up some pack right now. Actually, I just think this fight is going to be Wellmaker inside the distance. KO 1.
Yeah.
What else do I gotta say? What do you think?
No, I think that's what we all said. I mean, I'm not gonna lay minus 500 on it, but like I don't know, could be value. That's just not me.
Nah, I hear you.
On what?
Huh?
ITD.
ITD is minus 500.
Okay.
I just took KO minus 200, like or whatever.
Minus 200. That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, a lot of my boys are on it at 210. That's clean, bro.
That's cheap. Yeah.
You think it could be the sub?
Nah, I mean, yeah, but no. I think it's a KO. I do think he could, but like, yeah, I'm not like. Don't even want to waste time on this one, bro. This is a piss break. Well, no, it's
do you
not.
want to write anything? Or?
It's gonna be a KO. You probably want to see it, but you
No,
got.
it's like the opposite of a piss break, but I know what you meant.
Betting wise,
I'm gonna be in Atlanta at the fights, and I ain't not taking a piss during this fight.
It's going to decision, bro. It's gonna be boring. Moutino's gonna grapple him for 15. Kent's the biggest underdog ticket ever.
He just pulls a Barcelos and just ragdolls the shit out of him, bro.
Bro, you're going to the fights. That's fucking epic, bro. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm gonna be in a suite, so we'll see how that goes. You know.
A suite, bro?
Do you know Dan from Half the Battle?
I've messaged him a couple times. If he's gonna be there, I mean, we should definitely link. I don't know. I'll message him, see where he's sitting for sure.
Yeah, he's in a suite. That's why I mentioned it. He's in a suite. Yeah, you guys should definitely link up. You might be in the same fucking suite. I don't know what suite you're in. Maybe it's the degenerate gambler suite. Then you'll both be in the same one.
I think I'm in the.
I meant water break, yo. Dan, I meant water break. My fault. I interrupted.
Oh, yo, Dan said he's in the. I don't know if you can highlight it, but he said he's going to be in the Top Golf suite. I'm in the Top Golf suite too.
Yo, wait, there's a Top Golf suite. That's nuts.
Top
bro,
Golf.
I need to go out there. I want to be.
Let's go. Let's run it.
Let's go, baby.
I'm down.
Let's go. That's gonna be
fucking epic.
Now,
you guys gotta do a photo. You gotta do a photo, boys. And
yeah,
that's cool. That's cool.
Hopefully, Dan doesn't mog me.
Just don't say it too much. He might take you down and submit you.
He probably could, dude. I got no jiu-jits.
KO one up plus 145 is fucking good odds in my opinion.
I saw multiple books with that still.
Good odds, bro.
Yeah. Like I don't really want it if it's going into 2-3, really. Like
I feel you. He's gonna get round 2 just to fuck me now. But you know how the game goes, bro. You know how the game goes. Michael Chiesa versus Court McGee. This one I'm definitely not going to take a long time on. I just don't really know what's going to happen. In my opinion, Court McGee probably shouldn't be this big of a favorite just because we've seen Michael Chiesa drop the bag multiple times. He's had really, really good performances in the octagon, and I think he's a bit underrated at times. But he's also had bad performances in the octagon, and just he looks a little bit uncomfortable at times, and maybe like he doesn't want to be in there. There is also something to say, like he's got a full-time desk job with the UFC now. You know, the intangibles, maybe he's not training as much. I'm sure he's not, right? But at the end of the day, I do think that, he's definitely a lot bigger than Court, probably going to be able to take him down. I just don't know how it's going to look in 2-3 because I think Court's got a very good grinding style. He's very strong. I don't really see him getting submitted. I don't think he's ever been submitted. And then on top of that, he's just such a veteran of the sport. You know what I mean? There is definitely a chance where Court McGee wins the clinch in round 2 and round 3 and gets a horrible split decision. But I'm passing on the fight overall. You could convince me for a Court bet, but I think I'm just going to pass. Zar, what do you think, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. Same thing as you. Like, I don't think Chiesa should be this big of a favorite over someone who's like, decently like durable. Not like, I wouldn't say chin, but Chiesa's not going to like knock you out really. He's never been subbed, but he is getting older and he's got like, he's physical. He's not the easiest guy to grapple. So it's not like a huge, it's not like an easy matchup for Chiesa. So yeah, I would never lay Chiesa chalk here probably. Maybe a decision prop if it gets better odds. Like I think that's like 45% outcome. But like McGee sub, I feel like that's like a 10% outcome. And it's like 1200s out there. Like that's just how Chiesa, like even if McGee rocks him, he's gonna shoot in and get choked. Like if he's gonna get finished, like
does McGee 70? Like really like I've never seen him go for like a Darce though. That's like the only submission that Chiesa ever gets hit with is the Darce choke specifically. So does Court like have a Darce? That's the question, right?
I guess. I just don't think like Chiesa just gets subbed. Like McGee still's got some submissions. Like it's not like he's only gonna get submitted by one thing, even though that's
I
like
disagree with you there, honestly, though.
that's the only submission you think he can be choked out with?
Yes, bro. When look at back in his career, when has he gotten submitted by anything else? Like, how is Court McGee submitting who? Tim Means?
Like, no, of course, yeah, Tim Means. But I'm just saying, like, it's not a 0% chance that it's a different submission.
Yeah, he got rear naked by Kevin Lee.
Yeah, like I don't think it's a 0% chance it's a different.
That would be like, it would have to be a club and sub. So I could see that. So you're right. You're right. You're right.
Like I'm just saying, like, it's not a 0% chance that it's not a Darce. And like if he hurts him on the feet, Chiesa is gonna shoot in. I don't know, it could get sketchy. I just wouldn't lay Chiesa chalk, and I don't know. I think that sub number 1200, like you could argue its value, but I haven't placed any bets yet.
Yeah, I would hoping it would be better when you're getting a plus 300 money line, you know.
Yeah.
The sub at plus 1200 is kind of annoying, bro. But
yeah, maybe just ITD. I don't know. McGee decision. I don't know. I guess he could steal 2-3. I don't know.
He could, but yeah, that's the type of fight it is, man. It's like this could happen, that could happen, that could happen. I don't know. Yeah. JB, what do you think, bro?
Man, it's an interesting fight. Like, I'll probably just wind up passing on it. I don't hate the sub. Like, I'll have to think about it more. But yeah, it's not impossible Chiesa doesn't get cracked on the feet because he is kind of chinny, like I don't want to say, but he just later in the career, I could see Court bonking him. Court chinny in his own right too. Like a few years ago, I thought he wasn't going to be fighting anymore. You know, he had been on like a 3-fight losing streak, had been KO'd a couple of times, and then on top of that, the last win against Tim Means. If you know any type of ground game, you're going to be able to submit Tim Means. Like I don't think he had gotten a sub since back in the day versus like Brad Tavares or something. So yeah, is it impossible? No, but I tend to think Chiesa is just the better process grappler. I think he can get the fight to the ground. I think he has one of the best backpacks in the game. And I do even think he could submit Court McGee. Chiesa's got some really good jiu-jitsu. Knockout at plus 1400 was something I was looking at. That he could get into the clinch, maybe just land some big bombs. And if Court's chin's back to dust, like that could be a problem. But Chiesa don't really present that threat, and he's not a real big ground and pound guy. So I'll probably just wind up passing. Maybe I'll go back and do some film on the Court McGee side to see if the sub has any value.
And if I'm not mistaken, you cashed that Court McGee sub over 10 Means in a crazy parlay, bro. Like, what was that? 100 to 1?
101 to 1.
Ooh, triple digits, bro. That's elite cash, man.
Two-legged.
Sharp. Very sharp, that one. Hopefully we can do something of the same ilk in about an hour or so. So, yeah, I guess we can move on. I don't know if everyone's gone on this one. I think maybe.
Hey, Jared, have you gone?
I haven't gone, but honestly, I don't have much to add. Like, it's we could honestly just move on from this. I don't have much of a take.
Yeah. We want to write down.
I have nothing on this, bro. If you like the sub prop, go for it. But yeah,
I haven't bet it. I'm not super like into it, but I think you could argue, but I'm not writing it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and research it now that you brought it up.
I'll be quick on this next one as well. Paul Craig versus Adolfo Bellato. I think Bellato's going to KO him. So obviously they've already been scheduled to fight, and my breakdown is the exact same. I'm not changing it. Why would I? Bellato, I believe, I think Bellato just hits too hard. I think he's too aggressive. I think he's too big, right? Paul Craig, I don't think Paul Craig's like the best fucking light heavyweight in the world. He's fighting these big motherfuckers, and he just gets hurt on the feet all the time. He looks awkward in the striking all the time. I know you remember that Alonzo Menifield knockout. And if you don't, please go and watch that shit again. I mean, Paul Craig, mental retardation into a knockout. It's just like really, really bad. And that's just him in a nutshell, right? Like he's got no striking. He got beat on the feet by Bo Nickel. That's not a good look, bro. Like Bo Nickel, I mean, come on, man. Paul Craig's been fighting MMA for like 15 years and you're getting beat on the feet by someone who's been doing it for like 5 or 6 or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. Paul Craig's got no striking, bro. Bellato's going to kick the fuck out of his legs. The thing about Bellato, he goes to all levels as well, man. I could see Bellato getting a leg kick TKO, a body shot TKO, and a headshot dead. which is kind of bad, bro. Like, if you can get finished in all 3 levels, that's not good. You know what I mean? Like, that's not good, bro.
Yeah.
And I really think that could happen. I mean, we saw what happened to Jimmy Crute's leg, and I know his leg has like a little bit of a, I don't know, it's got something wrong with it because Anthony Smith fucked it up before. But yeah, obviously Bellato is not the best fighter, and his fight IQ is kind of poor at times, so he can put himself into a triangle. I think he's going to get KO though. Zar, what do you reckon?
Yeah, similar to you. Feel like you could argue that KO is still value. I know it got steamed a little bit, but if you think like the money line's not wide, like that KO is solid. I think you could argue it's at least 60% if you agree with the line, like minus 400 Bellato. I think Craig, yeah, like you said, I just don't really see how he wins. Like, it would have to be a meme, and like I don't know if like I'm hoping for a meme with a plus 300 ticket. Like, I don't know if that's enough.
Yeah, do you think the herpes is going to affect the fight at all? Obviously, the reason the last fight was called was because Adolfo Bellato had to pull out via herpes. If I'm not mistaken, if I am, I could get sued for that shit. That's like defamation, but I'm pretty sure it was herpes.
It was
you guys,
like that.
It was something like that, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Maybe I don't know.
You guys reckon
He posted it.
Oh yeah, say no more. I don't know if you guys have had herpes before. I have never had herpes, but I don't know if it affects your fighting skills or anything. If anyone on the panel has any experience, they can let us know. If anyone in the chat has had it, please let us know. Because outside of that, I see a KO. But yeah, JB.
I took Bellato decision at plus 600. I think it's live here. I just think that Paul Craig, he could survive. I don't think he's gonna win, but I could see I could see Bellato even like just rocking him and going into the guard and then not getting subbed. I could see every time Paul Craig's getting hit from the leg kicks, he just falls down, but he's tough enough to just like eke it out. Because I don't think Bellato is some like Francis Ngannou kind of power striker. He definitely has knockout power, and we've seen it before. But Pateria was more of like a gas job. He's gotten a few KOs versus some like lower level guys, but it's not like he's never been to decision before. And Uzdemir took him, Paul Craig to decision, just a kind of weird fight. So if Bellato, with the IQ mistakes that he does make, I could see him just like not getting a finish. And some of these fights are gonna have to go to decision, and it's always like the one people least expect, like Reese versus Todorovic, or etc. So I like Bellato decision. I took it at plus 600. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
It's a good number. I would take that for sure.
Yeah, so maybe it could be like a Volkan Ozdemir type spot, where
Yeah.
Volkan beats him up. But there was also one point in that fight where I thought Craig was out, his eyes rolling back in his head. I just can't trust Craig's chin. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're going to sweat a decision, at least sweat it at plus 600. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm never, ever going to talk you off of that one. I just think that one's a crazy sweat. But, bro,
Super sweat.
plus 600 is always going to be a sweat. Unless you play the Kevin Holland submission against the Darce King, Darce Vader, and Kevin Holland cashed me out on that one, bro. I'm gassed about that one. I called that shit, bro, live on the show. Darce, choke, Kevin Holland. And JB, me and you was very passionate last week about Vicente Luque has no submission upside. Kevin Holland has all the submission upside in this fight. Kevin Holland is more likely to choke out Luque, which wasn't the consensus, and me and you was heavy on that. So shout out to Usman, bro. Us air pound or whatever.
Anaconda fucking game.
Yeah, that was a nice one, bro. That was a nice one. It was an anaconda. I thought they said on it was a Darce on when they said it though, I think. But yeah, it was definitely an anaconda.
Yeah. Same shit, bro. But yeah.
I feel like that Bellato decision, at least 15%.
It's the same shit, but when they say it on BetMGM and then you bet the other one.
That's fucked. But yeah, we can move on, I guess, boys. Like, I do want to write down Bellato KO. I just really think he's gonna knock him out.
Hey, Drive, you got anything on this one?
Not much, man. I mean, JB and I talked about a little bit about the decision, but I also said the same thing as that James did about the leg kick TKO. Like, Paul Craig is no striking. And Bellato's leg kicks are actually pretty nasty. So I could see him dropping him with leg kicks. It's just a matter of, like, does Paul Craig just lay there and then Bellato lets him up, or does he fall him to the ground type of thing? This fight just comes down to fight IQ for Bellato. Keep it on the feet and you win.
Yeah. Anything else you want to write down?
Nah, just watching Berkamov win, but
is he cooking?
He's winning, but he's not finishing. I was going to play the under. That's a great pass. You know, when you pass and it doesn't hit, it feels so fucking good.
So
I don't know about you, but it really feels so good.
I gotta tell you about the Holland sub, dude. You said it on our live stream last week.
Yeah,
and I was like, you know what? He's kind of right. Like, if Luque is hurt or something, he might shoot a takedown, and Holland's front chokes are nice. And then as soon as he went for that Darce, I was like, this motherfucker did it again, bro. He called it on my live stream, and I didn't bet it.
Fuck.
It was crazy.
Yeah, we did well last week, bro. You fucking crushed it. Didn't you get like every prediction right except for Sean O'Malley?
I went 11-2.
Okay.
But the problem is I didn't make the bets that I needed to make, dude.
Yeah,
I passed on
I hate when that happens.
I passed on Gustafson. I passed on Gustafson decision.
No.
I told you on the live stream, I was like, if Gustafson gets his game going, he's winning the decision here. I didn't bet it like an idiot.
That's how it goes.
Oh my God, did Berkemall just get choked out?
No. Oh, you're ahead of me. You're ahead of me. I'm on 153 now.
Oh,
bro,
my
that's what I'm
saying.
No,
I got cooked. I had Berkemall.
Holy shit, dude.
Is it over?
Yeah, they're saying he tapped.
Oh, shit, bro. Yeah.
Fuck,
you guys are ahead of. Oh, he tapped. That's what I'm saying, bro. This guy. Well, I was going to play the under, so wait. Would have cashed? No, would have missed by like 40 seconds. Wow.
Oh, is it round 3? That's tough.
Round 3, 1 minute 43 left. He won the first 2 rounds, bro.
Yeah,
but Berkemov's a fucking flake, bro. Berkemov's a flake, man.
He is, bro. I can't believe I got baited into that.
It's crazy to look at his record. He's got some really good wins, but like I think he's just washed at this point. Like he's only like fragile, but he's like kind of washed.
Bro, I think he's a fraud. I remember fading him with Lorenz Larkin like years ago at plus 180 in the rematch, and then I also bet Fad Gene last time out, and I also bet Ray Cooper against this guy at plus 400, and it was
he could have won that.
Dude, I bet Ray there too. I was so pissed.
Bro, that shit was a 50-50 fight. Ray was just like a fat motherfucker, and he just couldn't do nothing, at that point. Like, he's old and just, overweight and stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. Berkemov was such a fade.
Yeah, I can't believe I did that. I just thought the other guy was super fragile too, but I guess I'm fucking square as a mug.
No, I mean, he won the first 2 rounds. Like, this is such a winnable fight for him, and he just couldn't get it done.
No, I just thought it was like 75%. They're both fragile, and if it's decision, like it's Burke.
Yeah, fuck. Anyway, Umar C versus Alonzo Menifield. You think this underdog can do it like Henley St. Louis just did? Hey, Jack, let me know what you think about this plus 500 on Alonzo Menifield.
I mean, the number is big. Like, I'm not playing C by any means, but I'm not really like interested in. I mean, I'm somewhat interested in Menifield at plus 500, but do I think he has like a lot of decision equity? Not really. Do I think he's gonna out wrestle him? No. I think it just comes down to like a KO, and I think Umar's pretty green, but I think has a lot of chances to be top 10 in the division. Like, he's huge for the weight class. He's long. He can wrestle. I thought his striking looked really good his last time out. So I expected Umar to be a favorite here. I didn't expect him to be minus 700, just considering where Menifield what he's done in his career. Like, he's faced a lot better competition, and it's not like he's chinny. Like, he's getting knocked out by Mirzakhanov and Olberg. But I thought his last fight against Julius Walker was like, dude, you should be running through Julius Walker. And it came down to a really close decision where he gassed out. He fought through it. He's defended a good amount of takedowns, but I think Umar C is way better than Julius Walker. So I think Umar C wins, but I'm not going to play it at minus 700. As far as like props go, I think if Umar gets on top, he can land some ground and pound, maybe get him out. But that would have to be probably early on. If it goes past 1.5 rounds, I could see it going to a decision where Umar C is just able to be bigger and stronger and have more gas. So I don't know, maybe C by decision, but I think he can get it done anyway when it comes down to it. So I don't really have much interest in betting on this fight, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Like, I do feel like it's a little bit wide because at the end of the day, we don't know much about Umar C. A lot of times these prospects come in and they do lose in fights where they're big favorites, I think of Carlos Ulberg. It's just because light heavyweight, but I think of Carlos Ulberg. When he took on Kennedy, I know that was his debut. I'm not going to play Menifield. I've decided, but I do think that it's a little bit wide. At the end of the day, you made a good point where Alonso just went to a 50-50 fight, kind of with another newcomer who's very inexperienced. I think Julius Walker came into that fight at like 6-0 or something like that. I don't remember the exact record, but I know it was even worse than Umar C, right? Less fights than him. So he's shown that even if he takes a big step down in competition against someone who's fairly new to the UFC, making his debut, he can still have a very close fight. But I do think Alonso Menifield has a chance to knock Umar's block off early. I just feel like he does gas out. He gets tired. He doesn't have great cardio. And Umar C has everything you want in a fighter who could go on and do good things in the UFC. He's very big. He also won the striking against Jung for the most part. There were sketchy moments. And if you remember, he hit an eye poke in that fight. And, that could have changed the trajectory of the fight. Sometimes he's low volume, but I think he's getting better with every fight. And at the end of the day, man, his grinding type style might get to him in round 2 or round 3. I just don't know how the first 7.5 minutes will look because Menifield, I don't think he's that easy to take down early. Jimmy Crute had a hard time doing it in the rematch, Jimmy Crute's a good wrestler. In the first fight, he was able to take him down, but he also got brutalized badly coming in multiple times. Alonso actually has a good counter. So, I don't think C has seen anyone with that good counter who hits that hard before in his entire MMA career, to be honest. And obviously Menifield has all the UFC experience upside, which matters. It matters. We see time and time again, these things do matter and you cannot buy experience. But I do think C wins the fight. So yeah, that's it. It's a tough one for me, boys, because when I see the line, I'm like, I really want to take a shot. And half a unit just to stand against the market is completely fine to some degree. Because I don't mind losing half a unit at plus 550, plus 500. Like, I don't give a fuck, honestly. But if he wins and I don't have any money on it, I do give a fuck, a massive fuck. But you know what I mean? So sometimes you have to think of it like, would you regret the bet if it loses? No way, but would you regret the bet if you pass? Like, yeah, massively, because there's certain bets where I'm like, I'm going to pass on this one. If he wins, yeah, all right, I don't win the money, but I'm not going to regret not playing this fight because you know what I mean? But this one, I would regret it. I don't think I'm going to do it, though, but maybe
at plus 500, like, if he has a moment in round 1, like, are you going to be mad about it? Like, probably not, Like,
yeah, and I can
like, you're probably going to be feeling okay about it.
Yeah, and I can claim value and, just...
yeah.
That's my plan.
Value and feel good about yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah. Help my ego like that. Yeah. But, Zar, I know you kind of agree with me to some degree because we spoke about it a little bit about this fight. What do you think? What's your take on the one? I'm interested, bro, because we had to go too in depth.
Nah, yeah, I'm not gonna go super in depth. It's similar to you guys. Like, I'm obviously picking side to win. Probably finishes him. But I think he should be like minus 450, 400 around there. His striking did look good against the big Korean guy. I forget his name.
Jung.
Yeah,
Jung.
I just feel like Menifield's a lot more dangerous than Young and like harder to control. And he's like a bigger favorite, right? Or am I tripping?
Yeah, bigger.
Yeah, he's a bigger favorite. I feel like this is a harder matchup. So yeah, I don't really get it. Like, Menifield's a hard hitter. Yeah, he didn't look good against Walker at all, but he's a hard hitter. He seems like harder to control than Young. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pray for a moment from Menifield and I can claim value. But I took some plus 525.
Yeah, I might put a unit or a half unit on it, to be honest.
That's what I did. Like, well, half unit.
It honestly comes down to this. Like, fuck the stylistics or whatever. I've gone into that. It really comes down to this. I will be so upset with myself if Menifield wins. But if I lose a half a unit or a unit, I will not give a fuck. That's really what it comes down to. And I think if that's the case, sports betting is a mental game more than anything, right? Like, it literally, the entire game is 90% mental. It's not that hard to be a good handicapper. Just stay in the game for a couple of years, listen to guys who are better than you, don't be a retard, eventually understand maths. Like, you will be an average handicapper. The most important thing is the mental part of the game, and because that leaches into everything. That leaches into every bet you place. That leaches into your mentality going into every single bet that you place, right? And I think I may end up on it. JB, what do you think, bro?
I'm not even going to talk about this much. Let's just look at the chat because we got some crazy, crazy takes in the chat, bro. Pepe Sylvia with the Alonso guillotine from Desperation shot. We got some KO plus 3, plus 13.
Bro, his guillotine's not bad. He's done it before. Yeah.
Bro, he fucking that side control guillotine versus Crute was pretty nasty, bro. So at plus 2,300, I wouldn't hate that sprinkle. Like that could be like a whisper bet. Plus 1,300 though. What's up?
The sub is 23.
Yeah, plus 2,300, and the fight to end by and the fight to end by sub is like plus 140. So they're saying the fight to end by sub is plus 140 because he's gonna be grappling. I've seen him take multiple bad shots. He was reversed as well in the regional scene I saw on film against back in 2022. I don't know if that guy's like how good that guy is. I would have to go and film him. But he got reversed.
Cloud bet, bro. Did you see that? Cloud bet plus 31.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Nah, dude, those are like fake odds.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Oh, you can't get anything like down on it, right?
He's gonna jam it.
Cloud bet's weird. I won't go into everything about Cloud bet. I'll tell you off air if you want. Cloud bet's weird.
All right.
2,300 is good enough, but Cloud bet's tripping.
Yeah, Cloud bet's fuck. They have multiple different lines for the same outcome, and you can get different money down on each line. It's long. I'll tell you off air.
Sure.
Bet Rivers 30-1, Pepe. I like that.
It was like really on my radar early in the week. But I mean, now that y'all are saying it, kind of talking me into it, I'll take the shot. Fuck it.
Round crazy. That's a crazy line, in my opinion.
That's a little Anthony Smith, Vitor Petrino type of thing.
Don't forget, he subbed also Fabio Charant too with a Von Flue choke, I think it was.
Yeah.
So not a terrible one.
What about that new dude? Did he KO him or did he ground and pound him? You know that fake dude, Morozov. I can't remember what I didn't.
Mazarov. He TKO'd him. He put him in like a crucifix, I think.
Oh, he elbowed the piss out of him in the first round. But that's
was on the ground though. Yeah. Okay. Alonso KO submission in all the parlays.
Yeah.
Easy.
It's just worth a mention. Like I thought about sprinkling a little bit, bro. Not gonna lie to you.
I just
all right. I got my bet up here. Good takedown, my boy. I got fucking plus 230 on this Shields fella. Going to work on Luciano. Come on, if we cash this one, boys, we're off to a good start. Plus 230 though. He's wrapping the neck up. No, he's not. No, he's not.
You see his decision was like 600, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's crazy. I don't think he'd be able to submit Luciano, bro. He's got great submission defense, and he's a tough motherfucker.
He's a dog.
He gets grappled all the time, right? If you watch his tape, like he struggles against these wrestlers. And Shields is just wrestling from the get-go in like all of his fights for the most part. Yeah. Why are they making him plus 230? What? Because he went to a decision with the big PFL dude the last time out? Yeah, because he made it to a decision against Storley, which I bet on anyway. Like, I don't know about that one. Let's see, though. So yeah, Alonso. I don't think I'm putting him in parlay, but like he's good to write down.
I might get crazy.
I'll sprinkle that sub for sure.
Yeah, I feel like we have to now.
No doubt. Shout out Pepe. Good take. I definitely was thinking about it.
He smacked. He had like fucking thousands on a Gus decision. I'm shouting that out.
Nice. Shout out. Good job, bro.
Say that, bro. I missed out on so much money.
Bro, like
what we got on this one?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good, man. My bad.
Hey, JB's trying to go to sleep, bro.
Nah, I just don't want to go 3 hours like we did 3.5. What was it? 3.5, Lou?
We got the back.
Yeah, we ain't doing that, bro. We ain't doing that.
We got the back. We're flattening him out, boys.
No way.
Dominant round one at plus 230. Dominant. He looked minus 500 right now.
Already valued. Easy.
Bro, he looks minus 500 and a plus 230.
What's your time at, James?
Oh, he's got. Is he gonna get the submission on the plus 230? Come on, boys. 35 seconds. I got 35 seconds left. You guys are ahead of me.
What bet are you watching, bro?
Luciano versus Shields. That's what's on right now, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I
What
don't have it
you
all.
on, Hey Jive? Are you round one over?
Yeah, round one's over.
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
30 seconds ahead of you.
I just refreshed it. Now you're like 15. All right, let's go. 1-0, boys. We just need to get one more. Mansour versus Cody. Wow. Yeah. Well, what can I say about this one?
Banger.
Cody the legend. I was very close to betting Cody Brundage against Julian Marquez. I think I put a video out earlier in the week, which is like a throwback breakdown. And I was like, it's the most volatile fight in the world. Like, someone's going to die. They're both going to get knocked out. But then I feel like Cody Brundage at plus 120 is value. And then, like, the exact thing happened. They both got knocked out, but Cody Brundage was awarded the winner. He spat, a few people commented on that video saying, bro, Cody Brundage is doing black magic because, like, all of his wins are lucky. He spat out the mouthpiece and he was able to get a couple seconds breather, then landed a KO. Obviously, Zach Reese, he slammed him, which is how repeatable is that one. And then Jacob Malkoun, we know what happened there. Shout out to Cody Brundage, round 1 KO at plus 2,500 or something. The most insanely lucky beat I've ever had. So, yeah, he's doing some black magic. He's going to need some fucking black magic against this fucking Mansour because he's a monster. I will say, though, Mansour is so raw. I don't think he's good skill for skill. Like, if you put Mansour in a boxing match, this guy's not winning. If you put him in a kickboxing match, he's getting pieced up. If you put him in a wrestling match, maybe he's doing all right. But I've also seen him taken down, put in bad positions on the mat. Shout out to my plus 300 bet on plus 350 or some shit on Wes Schultz on the Contender Series, which... I don't know. It probably wasn't good, but like I'm just saying, he was throwing him around at times.
Sketchy for a sec.
Yeah, he gassed out, but then he got a second wind and finished him. I think Mansour's gonna finish him in round 1. I played the under 1.5 rounds here. I think it's good value, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. He's minus 800. Has anyone got a different take than Mansour's gonna finish him early? I don't know. JB?
Nah, I don't really got much thought on this, bro. Ground and pound KO, Mansour.
Yeah, I like the under 1.5 here. I think it's got hit a bit, but it's probably still all right. Hey, Jive, what do you think?
Not much different. Under 1.5. Maybe you could sprinkle Brundage round 1 KO, but the DQ was also part of that KO. KO/DK or KO/TKO/DQ. So the DQ is always on the board.
Bro. Yeah, bro. You got to get the DQ on that. You got to get the DQ as well. Brundage round 1 is live, bro, because at the end of the day, this guy's swinging. It's the best fighter Mansour's ever fought. Mansour's been cracked in round 1 multiple times in his career, and he hasn't really fought anyone yet. So, why can't Brundage crack him here? Zar?
Yeah. I'm probably going to have some Brundage KO1. Literally, like, that's his only path, and I feel like, dude, that quit, like that DQ shit, he's done it multiple times. Like that's good. 1%, 0.5%.
It's 23-1 on FanDuel. So it's
no, I got lucky as shit against what's his name? Malkoun. Terrible bet. Terrible bet. And it cashed.
I was there live at UFC Austin when he slammed Zach Reese, and I cashed the Cody Brundage round 1. I was so high.
Fire. I also got fucked by Abdul Razak Al Hassan. I had him big bet on his money line, big on the KO. So I got bailed out on the Malkoun one, but then he took it all back on that one.
Variance. So. That's variance in a nutshell right there.
I deserve it. I deserve to get it taken back. But yeah, I'll look for just like an ends by KO1 prop on like Bovada or some shit. And I do think the under 1.5, anything like 200 or better, fire. It's a good leg.
What is Mansour KO1?
I think it was like slight plus money, plus 130, plus 125.
Wow. Parlay that with Malcolm Wellmaker KO1. Clip that up on Parlay Madness next week. And
remember when we hit the Morono, or what was it, Liao round 1? And
Roofie?
Roofie round 1. Yeah.
Oh, that was so free, dude. That was so free. That paid for the tattoo right here.
That's sick.
I put that parlay in. I cashed out a couple grand, and I was like, I'm gonna go get a tattoo, bro.
That was such a free round 1. Nothing better than a round 1 parlay.
When this one cashes, bro, you got to go back and you got to get another tattoo.
Yeah, I'll get
Parlay Madness tattoo.
After
logo.
you're gonna be live there to cash it. Then you're gonna be live bro. This is it right here.
I'll go straight to the parlor right after the fights.
That's my parlay. I've already made it. This is the first time in Parlay Madness history where the parlay got made midway through the show. Malcolm Wellmaker KO round 1, parlay with Mansour Abdul Malik KO round 1. Take it to the bank, and
I like the early call, bro.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm feeling it. It's the muse. Whenever it
that
comes,
shit sounds minus 200, honestly.
Yeah, literally.
Minus 110.
Shields is looking good, man. I think he's up 2-0.
Bro,
let's go.
Bro, what do you think his true line is? That like he looks minus 900. What Luciano's done nothing. He can't get him off.
Luciano can't get up, bro.
Okay,
they didn't learn their lesson.
Luciano finally did something.
What did he do?
I was breaking down this fight. I was like, Shields is gonna have some early success, but like if he gasses out, Luciano's gonna sub him in the third. So hopefully that.
Don't say that out loud, bro. Don't say that out loud.
I passed that. I didn't put anything on it because.
What's Brundage KO1, bro?
Wow, look, he got takedown, but then okay, finally 2-0, man. 2-0. We just need to not get subbed in the third. Like, hey, Jab just called. Fuck.
Yo, that's fucked up.
Knocked on wood. I got a wood.
Brundage KO1, Czar?
Yeah. Well, I wrote down
23 to 1 on FanDuel, bro.
Dude, you can argue that's 5% outcome.
23, nice.
I mean, it's not like he has like pillow fists. Like he could definitely hurt him.
No, that's his path. I feel like if it gets late, dude, Malik like slows down, but he's so physical and shit. Like Brundage is gonna gas too.
My worry is Malik shoots a takedown and Brundage just pulls Gilly and he ends up.
What's this just straight up round 1?
You remember
14-1?
Is Brundage not live in the first round to just bonk though? I don't think
that's what I'm saying. Yo, 16-1 round 1, Brundage.
You remember Brundage pulling Gilly against Dumas like 4 times? It's just never.
Yeah, dude, his coaches were pissed. He did it. It's because he got it against that big.
Yeah, I bet on him in that fight. I was like, this dude's cooked, and he pulls.
He was on super short notice, but I mean, he's still not going to give him that many excuses.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He jumped Gilly against Adolfo Vieira. What's more stupid, jumping Gilly against Vieira or Mansour Abdul Malik?
No, wait. Was that him? Yeah, it was him.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about
Vieira.
It's so dumb.
Gilly.
Yeah, he was winning, and then he jumped into a guillotine.
I'd rather
dropped him in round 1.
Woo!
Vieira's going to sub you. I don't know if Mansour going to sub you. That's the only
You're
thing.
just gonna fucking put your head through the mat.
I think I'd rather get choked out than
same.
concussed.
Bro, his ground and pound is like sketch.
But it's like it's impossible for him to Gilly Vieira, but he could Gilly Mansour,
Yeah, it ain't a 0% chance like that other one.
No, unless Vieira's gassed, he ain't submitting that guy.
Yeah. All right. Someone want to go for Cody?
Yeah.
Cody?
I kind of wanted to play Cody. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, man. JB, what you got on this one, bro?
Yeah, I did some more film on this one. I was originally thinking Barcelos, but the line widened up a little bit. I went back. I watched some fights. I think Cody could compete here, bro. I really do. I think he's the better, cleaner striker on the feet. I don't think it's by far. I just think he's a lot quicker than Barcelos. Barcelos could look a little bit lost when he's not getting the wrestling success that he wants. It happened against Victor Henry, where Victor Henry was able to stay on the outside. So I'll keep this one short and sweet. If Rowney is able to get the wrestling going, Cody's takedown defense doesn't hold up like it has historically. He has been taken down before, I will say, but he has a decent get-up game. He was competing versus Figueiredo well until he wasn't, and Figueiredo's a pretty high-level guy. I know he's on the older end as well, but he's like top 5, top 10, no doubt, flyweight. So, bantamweight. But it's interesting, man. If Cody's able to keep it on the feet, like I said, I think he wins. And I don't think if Rowney gets it to the ground, I was thinking it'll be like insta-sub, because what I was visualizing was Cody tapping to Figueiredo. But I go back and look, and I'm like, Figueiredo's got subs on the record. He's got good jiu-jitsu. And it's not like he was a complete fish. Like, the way I remembered it is different. So I do think Cody at this age, it does worry me. The chin worries me. He can be hit a lot. I think he can win by KO here, though, or a damage-based decision. I played money line, and I played the decision at plus 460.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I honestly feel like the fight seems to me to be maybe like a minus 125, minus 150 spot to Barcelos. Like, I honestly think it's a very close fight. The only thing is, I just don't really know where Cody's at. I don't know if I can trust him. Obviously, he's had a lot of injuries. He is very flaky as well. And what I mean by flaky is like, he's had some performance. I didn't even think he looked that great in the Kelleher fight. Before the KO, I was like, damn, Kelleher might start to cook him. And then Kelleher is obviously not on the level of Hayoni. I don't know what to say about this fight. I don't have a good take. I don't have a strong read. I feel like it's a volatile fight. I like the under in this fight. That is my take. My take's the under. I feel like Cody could knock him out. Barcelos' chin is getting cracked more and more lately. And I feel like we could, Cody hits fucking hard, man. Cody hits extremely hard. So I could see a knockout here. I also could see Barcelos taking him down and submitting him. I mean, I feel like he could probably submit anyone. Him not submitting Payton is kind of interesting. I mean, you should really submit Payton if you're that high level grappler. For someone who came into the UFC as a pure striker who doesn't even really want to train his grappler. I mean, the guy was getting his back taken on regionals and against Nick Aguirre and stuff like that. He's just a pace fighter with great striking. So, yeah, I don't know. That's not great. But, he had good positions and stuff. He could submit Cody. I also think that he could knock Cody out because Cody's been known for his poor chin. I mean, so I just feel like there's multiple ways the fight could finish. And for the under at plus money is good. I also think fight doesn't go to decision at slight chalk is good. I'm just going to lay off a money line and say, I hope someone gets finished. Czar, what do you reckon?
I feel like it's the same thing. Like, I think it's dog or pass money line. And I think the under or fight doesn't go is like, I had it like 60%, like, and it's like minus 115, minus 120. But yeah, Barcelos could knock him out, could like club and sub him. But yeah, that point about the Talbot fight, like, I don't know, he's not like insta sub on the mat against pretty much like anyone. But Cody, like, he looked bad against Figgy, like once Figgy got him down, but like he's kind of hard to grapple, like until he was like in a bad spot. So yeah, I think Cody could knock him out. Barcelos been historically pretty durable, but he's getting old, getting hit more. I didn't like the Quinones fight. I thought that was going to be kind of like an easier fight for him, and it was like hard for him to grapple him. Kind of got cracked, and then he ended up club and subbing him. But I like violence here. Don't have a great read on the side.
Yeah, JB, take us home, bro. We just cashed the plus 230, man. I mean, you already.
Let's go.
Hey,
yeah,
Jive.
no, I already think.
Bro.
All good. I think I talked this one already, though. But
yeah, no, hey, sorry, hey, Jive.
No, you're good. The only thing I would say about the under is like Barcelos, like you said, maybe no insta sub. So that's the only thing I'd be worried about. But 38 years old, guys do start getting knocked out more. And like my man Mank MMA in the chat said, Cody might as well be 38 though. Fact.
He just always loses by finish, bro.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. I'm gonna do, you boys, you see my reaction videos. I'm gonna do a reaction video with PFL in the background while I'm doing Parlay Madness. Never seen before.
Easy.
Did he decision him?
Oh yeah.
Bro, it was plus 700. Let's go.
Oh, you cashed it. Nice.
Yeah, but I didn't have a lot on it, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It's tough on
still cash. Still cash.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, come on. Gamblers regret instantly. Come on, bro. You cashed the ticket. You cashed the ticket.
You made something on it.
Yeah. I'm just, dude, after that Berkemov fight, and fucking holy shit. That was
We've got a lot more left, bro. The PF, we're only just starting. That's first bet. Hey, Jam, did you go on this one? I don't think so.
No, I haven't. I'll go right now, or you want me to wait for your reaction?
No. Please go. Please go.
Now, bro. The people need to hear this.
Sorry, bro. I mean, I think I have somewhat of an advantage here just because, Cody Garbrandt's prime was back in 2016, and I wasn't a UFC fan in 2016, so I didn't even know Cody Garbrandt when he was good. And so I never knew this guy to be some amazing fighter. I don't think he is at all at this point. So I think Cody Garbrandt he hasn't showed me anything really to make me excited since before I knew him. So how can I be excited for him to get a win here against Barcelos, who's a good striker, a good wrestler, a good grappler, has solid cardio, has been durable in his career? I think Barcelos runs away with this one. I mean, you could maybe say Cody could spark him early, but what are the odds on that? Like, I don't really think it's a high percentage. I think if this fight gets to round 2, Barcelos is probably getting some grappling going. I don't think Cody's. I mean, everyone says it. They're like, well, people forget Cody Garbrandt can wrestle. I mean, who's trying to wrestle him? The guy that the guys that have tried to wrestle him have wrestled him successfully. Rob Font took him down twice. Trevin Jones took him down. Figueiredo took him down and submitted him right away. Like Barcelos, even at 38 years of age, I think is a way better fighter than Cody Garbrandt in his current form. Cody is just way too scared to throw. Like even against Brian Kelleher, he was scared to throw until he landed a flush shot. And then he was like, okay, you know, I'm all right here. Brian Kelleher's literally just terrible considering where he was at in his career. Trevin Jones literally does nothing. So I don't even rate those wins. I remember I loaded up big on Kai Kara France. That was easy.
What about?
I had talked about the Figgy sub, but I didn't play it. That's another regret of mine. But I think Barcelos can do what he wants here. I mean, Barcelos is older. I don't think he reacts greatly to shots, but Cody doesn't throw enough for my liking. Like, how does Cody win a decision here? If he drops him twice, like if he drops him in a round and another round, like sure, but like Barcelos is going to be the busier fighter. I think he's going to be able to get this win pretty easily, honestly. So I like Barcelos. I like Barcelos money line. And I like the Barcelos sub because I think if he gets him down, Cody just got subbed. I think if Barcelos gets him down, Cody might rethink of what he's doing. I don't even know why he's still fighting. Like he's never going to be a UFC champion again. At this point, he's just showing up for paychecks. Barcelos probably needs the paychecks. You know?
Yeah, facts. That sub is plus 500, plus 480.
Yeah, I mean, Barcelos is a I think he's a really solid grappler. Like, even though he didn't sub Peyton Talbot, he was making Peyton Talbot work. And if you make Cody Garbrandt work, he's not going to have the same drive that he did, that Peyton Talbot did. Like, if Cody's getting worked on the ground, is he really going to try to dog it out for 3 rounds? I don't think so. So I like Barcelos, bro.
I like it. Yeah, he's catching steam. I think he's minus
so
210
guys. Live on Parlay Madness with the guys, and we just cashed a plus 230.
Let's go.
Props for that, because I was eyeing it up, but I didn't have the balls to play it, dude. I was like, Shields.
I muted the tab, but we're back now. So you guys can talk while I'm doing it because I mute the tab anyway, so it's all good. But yeah, I agree with everything from what I heard. Under is good or doesn't go. And you know what? That's a good point what you said, Hey Jive, where like you wasn't a fan when Cody was good, so you have a different opinion of him than a lot of people. Like maybe when I'm thinking of him, I'm like, he's shown glimpses. He knocked out Kelleher. Like he did beat Trevin Jones. It was all right up until round 3. Like he's shown kind of glimpses of somewhat of him being decent, but at the same time, he's just a different fighter back then, bro. And like maybe I'm just thinking of him as that fighter and giving him a chance. I didn't bet him, like I said, but I was thinking maybe there's some value on Cody. But you're right, man. He's just a completely different fighter these days. So I'm not gonna bet Cody.
What are we writing down though? Because
you want to
Barcelos. So
you like Barcelos, right?
Yeah, I would write down Barcelos money line. I doubt I'm gonna throw it in a parlay, but I would write down Barcelos money line and Barcelos sub.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you don't have to put it in. You just write it down some good value.
Yes, sir.
Whatever.
I like the Cody money line, but he's going. Yeah, go for it. Just write it down. I probably
it doesn't hurt to write it down. We good. All right. Anything else? I think we're good, right?
No, that's all good for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Take the next one away. Who wants to go on this one? Anyone got a strong take? Go, please.
I don't have like a huge take on a side just because I can't really trust either guy. But I do lean like maybe 60-40 Edmund, just because like the danger factor and like especially early. And I'm like confident, like I know what an Edmund win looks like. Like I can see it. he like bonks him early, round 1 or 2 knockout. And so I'm on the knockout prop. And then I don't know, for Andre, like I definitely think he's live. I don't think you should lay chalk on Edmund. I just don't really see like he could win in like late finish, grind him out to a decision. Like I don't really know what it's going to be. So yeah, Edmund like finishing upside, at least early for sure. And then better striker, Petrosky grappling upside. It's just they both kind of slow down, and Edmund, he doesn't really get smoked early. Like Petrosky's been smoked early. That's kind of how he loses. So like to get to Edmund's like negative, like where he, slows down, gets finished late, you kind of have to go through some fire. And Petrosky's been finished early. And then Edmund usually loses by late finish. So I could see Andre late finish. I'm going to look at those props. I'm on the Edmund KO prop. I think that's at least a 40% outcome. And then I'm going to look at the Edmund early KO props as well. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. I think Edmund's going to KO him. I like Edmund in round 1 and round 2. Petrosky, in my opinion, I wouldn't like to go round 1 KO only because I've seen Petrosky die in round 2 multiple times. Petrosky, the type of guy who dies in round 2 with cardio, but then he gets another boost of cardio in round 3. So he can actually have a decent round 3. So there's that round 2 where he really drops off cardio-wise. So skill for skill, Edmund can KO him in round 1. But I feel like if Petrosky sells out for takedowns in round 1, he could stall clock. And in round 2, I think Edmund can get the KO, which is very unusual for Edmund. It's usually a round 1 guy. But I honestly like KO 1 here, KO 2 at some point as well. So for me, it's just Edmund KO. Look, at the end of the day, if Edmund don't finish him, Petrosky potentially looks like value and even gets a submission in round 3. But I do like Edmund to win this fight. I think he's just better than Petrosky on the feet. And that's really my take. JB, what about you?
I don't trust Edmund Shabazian at all, bro. This guy is one of the biggest flakes in the world, bro. He died to GM3. I know he's a great in round 1, but if this fight, in my opinion, goes past 7 minutes, it's probably going to be a problem. So, what happened?
Anthony Ivy just face planted, bro.
Cash? Under
1.5 cash.
I laid some gross chalk on 2.5.
That's the freest one ever.
Yeah, I see the chat going wild.
Oh my God.
That's under 1.5 rounds. That's 2 for 2 to start off PFL.
Wow.
Let's fucking go,
Let's go, bro.
I don't even know how he fell like that, dude.
Dude, I wish I could watch it, but I'm too tuned in.
Too late for the reaction.
The under.
No, pop the reaction. Do it.
It's too late, no.
Oh, because already slept it.
Let's
three back cashes. We're on the
one
right now.
Cash it, boy.
My man in the chat saying I'm the best, bro. I'm not the best. I'm just trying to. My man's cashed it. Hey, Jive cashed it. We all cashed. Let's fucking go. Let's watch that one again. Ooh, face plant. That was a crazy
free. That under was cheap.
The under was free, boys. I didn't even post the other cash. Bang, left hook. Do you know what that looked like? The Ju Sung Yu one. And we cashed that one as well.
Wait, he killed him like that? Damn. I want to see it, bro. I want to go on Twitter.
Not as good, not as clean as the Ju Sung Yu one, but it looked like the same. Like it's similar, you know?
Yeah. Crazy mismatch, and Ivy always gets finished. And, bro, like I saw some under 2.5 at minus 260, so I kind of laid a nuke on that. Like, I know it's kind of chalky, but, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. So the under 2.5 in Umalatov's part of the world was minus 110.
In Russia, bro?
Yeah, minus 110. So I don't know why, because usually the Russian prices for Russian fighters are way juiced. So, like, I remember Fedor Emelianenko when he took on Ryan Bader. Ryan Bader was like minus 120. But, like, I think in our side of the world, he was minus 300. So they usually bet on the Russian fighter. So I don't know what the fuck happened here. Maybe they hate Umalatov, but yeah.
Dude, that's a net worth play. You got them Russian connects, bro.
Shout out to Boca Boxing. My coach Daya trains Umalatov.
Oh,
that's
shit.
Dope.
Yeah.
Bro, and he KO'd him with some beautiful Boca Boxing as well.
Yeah, a little left hook, baby.
Wow. Clip that.
Poirier was at Boca Boxing today. So he's gearing up for Holloway.
Bro, that fight's gonna be so dope. I might go to that shit.
So what we got? I want to write down KO. JB, like, I agree with you. You can't trust him. But I feel like you can't trust him on the money line.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying money line standpoint. What I was gonna say is money line standpoint. I'm not playing Edmund, not at chalk. I have to go with Petrosky there. I think Petrosky decision has value, and I think Petrosky round 3 KO is a whisper bet, bro. Plus
Don't you think
late
Petrosky,
KO.
What's up, buddy?
don't you think Petrosky's submission game is to the level where he could submit Edmund late?
Then play round 3. Just play round 3 and then play round 3 KO. I also think he could. I'm just saying either method is live, and the prices are like kind of crazy. What's round 3 sub?
I like round 3 sub, bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like Petrosky late props, bro.
Yeah, 2-3, 2-3 sub.
What's the round 3 sub?
Wow, 2-3 is crazy.
Yeah,
If I'm KO, I want it to.
Can you scroll over to FanDuel, bro?
Yeah. No, I'm just finding the sub first. All right, round 3 sub, bro. What is that? No, is that real? 45?
No, wrong person, buddy. You're
Shit.
tripping.
Like, 28.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty solid.
That's still crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I thought play the round. What's the round 3 on FanDuel?
Whoa. If it's 17, 18. What's I see Cloud Bet. Yeah, 1,800.
And what's
That's
the round 3
good.
sub? 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what
I
you're
think
saying.
you go round 3.
I think either method's live. I just thought like Edmund implodes, bro. Whatever happens. Like Petrosky's just gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an auto.
Edmund KO and you go late props, Petrosky or decision.
Yeah,
why is the Edmund KO plus 150, but the inside of the distance is minus 105? Like,
that's
is
what I'm
really
thinking,
gonna
bro.
sub him, you know? Like,
the only way is if Petrosky shoots in and he gillies him or some shit like that. He tried it against Fluffy.
Great decision.
Battle caught
decision.
Petrosky with that ninja choke, so that could be but I don't think the price is right.
No, I do like KO.
Yeah.
I saw Shabazi in training when I was in Vegas, when I went to the Apex a couple weeks ago. And from what I heard, Shabazi is a different animal now. He's getting like the better of Strickland in sparring.
Yeah.
For how long, though?
That's crazy.
Bro, that's how long.
How long? Did you ask how long? Because
I did.
A couple minutes.
People are just good in the gym though, and they can't perform when.
Very. What the fuck is the word? Like, it's very common that people are super good in the gym. But I wouldn't be surprised if Shabazian and Strickland fought in MMA, in the UFC, like, I would definitely think Shabazian would take the first few minutes cleanly. I mean, we saw what happened. Strickland versus Abus Magomedov. We saw that. Abus Magomedov looked minus 400 in round 1.
Yeah, it would be like a repeat of that, basically.
Yeah, literally.
All right, I wrote down Edmund KO and the late props Andre. Anything else we want for the next one?
Nah. I was also wondering though, like Edmund KO is plus 150, but is round 1 or 2 is plus 110. Like I think we're just better off taking the KO, right?
I like the KO, bro. I already played that, and I'm gonna, get greedy and hope for better numbers on the other shit.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nah.
Okay.
JB, you need to become host of this, bro, because I'm trying to watch PFL and I got all my fucking bets and I'm trying to upload this shit. So can you just take over as host, bro? Rose Namajunas, Miranda Maverick, just for the PFL.
Man's trying to get to 10K, bro.
I'm
Yeah.
the best.
You can send me some posts too if you need.
I'm the best.
Hey, bro, I like Rose here. I think she's gonna roll. I thought maybe Miranda Maverick could be a live dog, but I'm probably just gonna pass on the fight in general. Hard to trust Rose. I don't know what version of hers is gonna show up on any given night. Miranda could have success with the takedowns in 2 of the 3 rounds, and with these judges nowadays, bro, might as well just sprinkle the Miranda Maverick 3.5 because they'll probably give her a round. But I don't trust it either way. I don't like those spread bets either. So I'll probably just pass.
Yeah, that's risky, bro. Those spread bets are people always DM me about them. I think I played one once.
I don't think we ever put one on Parlay Madness. One time?
Nah, bro.
Not once.
No, because I just don't trust them, bro. Like, I don't trust the judges. It's too volatile. Like, I'm sure they can be all right. I know my man Pegasus from Beat the Line does well on them. I know that for a fact, at least recently, at least from what I know. But I just personally can't trust the fucking judges on those ones, bro. And obviously, you can't get massive money down, so I just don't even look at it, to be honest, as well. So, but yeah, I think Rowe's going to win the fight. At the end of the day, I broke this one down on my man Half the Battles podcast yesterday or 2 days ago, and just shout out to him. I know he's in the chat. Maybe he was earlier. 600 episodes is epic. I just hit 600 uploads on my YouTube, but not 600 episodes of a fucking podcast, which is different because that's weekly podcast. So that's 600 events, which is crazy. Or maybe he added some recaps in, but still, that's fucking crazy, man. So my man's someone who I'm trying to aspire to be with the consistency and hard work. So definitely big shout out to him on my channel. Make sure you go and subscribe to Half the Battle, his channel on YouTube. But with that being said, I'll just reiterate my thoughts on that show. Nothing's changed. I think Rose is a level above Miranda Maverick. And I actually think that the way to beat Rose is to grind her, pressure her, make her tired, and deplete the cardio and the will to win of Rose Namajunas. How you do that? Like I said, you got to walk forward. You got to pressure. Miranda Maverick don't do that. Miranda Maverick circles the octagon. Her striking is outside kickboxing, right? Now, she's opportunistic, right? She jumps in for takedowns and stuff, but she ain't no Erin Blanchfield walking forward like a mad woman. She ain't that, you know? She ain't even a Tracy Cortez. I mean, to be honest, she is a Tracy Cortez. And I think that we're going to see the same fight here. I think Miranda could take 3, but Rose, if she loses this fight, she lost it herself. You know, and I love Miranda Maverick. I've got some history with her just in terms of, you know, I'm not going to go into it. I like Miranda Maverick. I've spoke to her. I've shouted her out before. Me and her have spoke. She's won me money before, whatever. But I like her a lot, right? But I don't want to sound disrespectful. I don't think she is on the level to beat her. That's just is what it is. I think if Rose loses, it's because of Rose. It's not Miranda Maverick. Now, if I go out there and I see, look, Miranda's just dominating from round 1, amazing game plan, I'm going to then post-fight, I'm going to change what I say, and I'm going to say Miranda won the fight. But pre-fight, man, I just don't think Miranda has the skills to win. But she could definitely win a round. And if you can win a round, you might just fucking get 2, you know. But I think consistently, Rose is just going to beat her on the feet and even on the mat, honestly. I really do think that. Hey, Jive, what about you, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be like super contrarian because I think Rose is the better fighter. But stylistically, it's like, I think it's just a weird fight for Rose because you said Miranda circles the cage a lot, like doesn't engage in the striking. And I don't know if that's good for Rose because Rose is more of like a counter striker. And if you're going up against Erin Blanchfield, who's just going to walk forward, like the counters are going to be there. Amanda Hebos, the counters are going to be there. Tracy Cortez stands in front of you. The counters are going to be there. If Miranda's not there for Rose to counter her, like I think we could see a lot of inactivity. And then it comes down to what happens outside of that. Like what happens outside of the striking? Because I don't even know if these girls are going to strike that much because Miranda doesn't engage in the striking too much. And then she just looks to clinch you, looks to take you to the ground. So I think this is going to be a super, super boring fight. Ultimately, I think it probably goes the distance, and I'm not going to trust Rose at the chalk because I've seen her beat herself way too many times. And I don't know that I'm not like bullish on Maverick to win the fight, but I think she has way more motivation going into this fight than Rose does. Like this is I don't want to say a nobody for Rose, but like look at her competition. Like this isn't some name she's going to look back on and be like glad that she beat her. Miranda, this is a huge fight for her. They're very familiar with each other because they're training partners. I think if Miranda can do what she does and not engage in the striking and get some cage push going, go for some takedowns, like I don't think it's out of the realm that she wins the decision. Is it going to be really thin margins? Absolutely. But I'm just not really sold on either side pulling away with it. So I don't think I'm not going to be betting Rose at what, minus 240 or whatever she's at. I'm not touching that. I'm not going to touch the Miranda money line either. I just think it's going to be a close fight that goes to a decision. They're both super familiar with each other. They know what they want to do. So I'm not really interested to like lay a bunch of money on this fight. If anything, I do think Miranda Maverick at plus 3.5 is the side, because even if Rose wins the first 2, I mean, she's pretty keen to just drop off in the third and give it up. And I don't expect any round really to be like super super significant one way or the other. So I think it's a dog or pass for me, but I'm going to pass on the money line. Plus 3.5 is okay, but I think it goes to decision like almost 1,000%, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I don't see either girl like getting a finish here.
Yeah, bro. Like if you're a whale and you want to put 45K to win 10K on the GTD, I think that's a good bet for sure. I think it holds a lot of value there. I think probably around 95% of the time this hits decision. So you're talking about a big edge at 95% of the time on minus 450. So those are the type of bets where, you can just win it quick 10K. Now, at the end of the day, when you play those big props, you're going to look stupid every now and then because they're not going to cash 100% of the time, right? Even if they cash at 90% and you're betting a minus 400, that's still a solid 10% edge, which is great at that high. A 10% edge at a super, super heavily implied probability is great, but you're still going to lose, 10% of the time. So you're going to look like a moron. But I think my GTD at minus 450 is solid in my opinion. JB, what do you think?
I already went on this one. I think it's Czar.
Yeah. I'll be quick. I like Rose. Not like saying she's a lock or anything. I just think she's got her covered. Like the grappling, yeah, it's close. The striking, like if it's gonna be a distance striking fight, I favor Rose pretty big. Like better footwork, speed, just a better striker. And there's like a huge difference in like competition face. Like a Mav, like her last 5 wins are like Mazo cut, Shanna Young cut, Priscilla no grappling. I think Andrea Lee 6-fight losing streak. She might be cut. Barbosa, that's a decent win. Like she's green and just got to the UFC, but that's not a bad win. I don't think. I think she has a kind of a bright future. And then Horth 2-2 in the UFC. Like none of these girls are even close to Rose. And like, yeah, I just think I wish she was more dangerous. Like Rose, she can like fumble and just like lose it herself, but I feel like you kind of have to be dangerous. And like we said, like I think this is going to decision. I think decision should be like minus 500 at least, like goes a distance. And Rose's last 5, like Blanchfield, Cortez, Ribas, Firo, like I don't need to tell you about the people she's been fighting. So I took some Rose in like the low 200s. I think she's 70%. I think she has a path to like 30-27, like outclass her. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I think that's her upside. And then Maverick's like not dangerous really. So I think her path is like a super sweaty, close split decision. So it's just like an upside, like more skill on the Rose side. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, HJF makes like an interesting point, where you say like if it is low volume, it favors Miranda Maverick a little bit. I definitely disagree, which is good. It's good to have some disagreement on the podcast, but it is still something to think about. Maybe if they just go super low volume and both of them are not doing anything, and then it just maybe one takedown steals the round.
Could see that.
But I just feel like we only saw that once in Rose's career, in my opinion, which was against Carla Esparza. I feel like outside of that, she's always, throwing volume and doing okay. And I just feel like the way to beat Rose is definitely not to stay on the outside and never pressure her, because she's just going to get pieced apart of range unless you're a better striker. So, that's how I see it playing out. But hey, man, if Rose is going to be low volume and not do much again, then these guys are swinging, and Kennedy just got knocked down. Fuck.
No. Oh, I have the under, but I have Kennedy also.
Yeah. So
one thing to add about Maverick, and I talked to JB about this, is she's just adopted like a newborn baby.
Yeah, true.
As somebody that has been through the newborn baby stage, it's not great for
that's tough.
Your head and your recovery. So sleep mainly. And she said like her husband was helping her, but come on now, like how much is the husband really doing at the end of the day? Like Miranda still gotta be like putting in some work with that baby. So
yeah.
Well, maybe, I mean, how long ago did... Sorry,
I think that baby's like a month or 2 old. Like, I don't know.
No, it can't be. She didn't give birth a month ago.
No, she adopted it.
Oh, adopted, you said. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's definitely a big difference. At least she didn't have to
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a huge difference. But
no, you're right.
Honestly, like, obviously it's not physical, but the drain it'll take on you is pretty physical. So
yeah, 100%. And I think Moran is like a traditional girl, bro. So I could see her being the one that's like, getting up in the night, feeding the baby a little bit more than the husband. Obviously, I don't know their relationship, but I know she's a traditional girl. Like she's a solid woman. So I'm sure she's putting in a lot of fucking work. So yeah, that's another X factor. But we'll see, man.
Do we want anything? I'm not super excited at 240, so I don't think maybe I'll write it
It's
down.
Rowe's decision.
I think it was like 180.
I mean, you could throw the fight goes the distance in there just to choose something.
Leg.
A parlay leg, but all good.
I mean, I'd much rather play that than Umar C money line,
Oh, 100%. Way more. Let's see this shit. Yeah, I'm just gonna write down Rose 230. All right.
I think I'll pass on that fight though. Like I don't want to play.
Yeah, I'm not gonna throw anything in there for sure.
I'm just writing that down just in case. All right, who wants
main
to
event of the evening? Boys, we did pretty well. We got a 4-man panel. It's only 2 hours, and we're already on the main event, and we're watching PFL cashing tickets. We're doing it. So shout out to us. Again, want to thank my man Hey Jive Picks for coming on. The first 2 guests on your podcast are me and JB. So, bro, respect for that, for bringing me on your platform. Happy to be able to, repay the favor. And hopefully we can cash again, bro. We did well last week. We kind of flopped on that parlay at the end, but
yeah, that was terrible.
We had Sean O'Malley money line and the under.
We gave some good reads, man. Like if you couldn't make any money from that live stream, then
yeah, that's what I mean. That's the issue with like the parlay madness, because obviously casuals watch it as well, and then they're all like, "You missed all 3 of your parlays," and I'm like, bro, we literally like called the entire card. The parlays didn't hit. We're doing fucking plus 2,000 long shots. We're doing like, Kamaru sub round 4 parlayed with Waldo KO. Like, okay, I'm sorry it didn't hit, but the entire fucking breakdowns are amazing. So that's a bit of an issue when you do like a parlay show, but it is what it is.
Well, also in another world, bro, O'Malley wins that fight. I know it looked terrible, but like in a far out, like maybe in
different dimension.
And yeah, exactly. He wins that fight, and we cashed like a 50-unit week, bro. We broke even with lose parlay, and I played all of them,
Here's
bro.
The thing. If there's anybody in the live stream, just understand the probability of like parlay, like these long shot parlays. Just understand the probability. Czar hit 13-1.
Yeah,
he could go 12 shows in a row, miss it, and he's still up. So like, you don't gotta hit every single week. Like that's the main thing that people gotta learn is like the odds that you have basically sets you up for what you're gonna do in the future. Like if you hit one, don't expect the next week to just hit the same thing. Like I do some DFS stuff, and I have like 100x multiplier. Literally, if I hit one of them, I'm good for 2 years because there's only 42 cards in a year. So if I hit one of them, I'm good for 2 years. If I hit one of them, I'm solid, dude.
Like 5 years.
Yeah, like, it's ridiculous that people expect you to hit like big long shots every single week. Like it's just not gonna happen. Even like with Matty Betts, like he's been on a cold streak, but the dude hit like a 24-1 in it was like February. He's got 24 cards before he's got
half the year.
The next one, like come on.
Yeah, and he had hit a massive one before that, like a 50 or 160-1, 2 cycles.
I think it was 40-1 or something like that. But yeah, dude, it's like some people just understand the probability of it, and you'll be less pissed off. Okay, like you'll understand the game a little bit more.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, because like, say you like for example, you hit a 13-1 parlay and you lose 10 in a row after that, you still have a fat edge.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like this is a parlay show. Like we give out parlays at the end for fun, but like if you want to make money, you listen to the whole show. And you're making bread. Like we're giving out reads, giving out props. Like we can't parlay every bet we would like, It's just something we give out at the end.
Dude, if I could plug in my shit, but me and my boy on IG every single week we give out a method parlay. Me and him, we've been on fire, bro. We've hit 3 already, like plus 1,300, plus 2,600, plus 1100 we hit last week, I think. So we've been on fire, bro. So definitely follow me on IG too, because these parlays can hit. Like, it's not impossible. So we've been smacking them, and I even sent one to my boy Couch Warrior last week in the DMs. I didn't wind up playing it, but it was like Waldo decision Van round 3. That would have smacked. And then the other week, Matty Bet, speaking of him, he's like, what subs do you like this week? And I said Delval sub and Green sub. And then I came on the podcast and gave out Delval sub and Gomes sub. Gomes almost got the sub. Green gets out of a crazy sub. Like, it's just, somebody commented on that one post, Lou, right? It was like, JB always misses by one sub, and I'm always here for it or something. That shit had me dying.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's the game, but fuck it, bro. You know what I've realized as well is, like, we can say this and put these disclaimers, and the people that are not going to get it, they're never going to get it no matter what you say to them. You know what I mean? But there is like a portion of like 20-30% of people that eventually, if they watch you, because there's people who've been watching, like there's people that messaged me like 3-4 years ago, and they're like, basically retarded with betting, right? Which is fine. They don't know about betting. But nowadays, and they'll come out and I've retweeted them before, where they're like, oh, damn, like 2 years ago, now I'm betting with units, now I'm doing this. So there are a portion of people who listen, who don't know about betting, who can get better. But honestly, like all these casuals who like degenerates and that, these cunts are never going to learn, no matter how many streams we do, no matter how many rants we go on, no matter how much edge, and no matter whatever we tell him, they're never going to learn, which is kind of funny. Sometimes I realize that, but it is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
Boys, my boy Kennedy is cooking outside of the round 1 knockdown, which was a little bit off balance, to be honest. Like, he was cooking the end of round 1. I thought he could have stole that, but definitely I'm going to give that to Borix. But this is, we got the back now. This could be a free for free. My boy Kennedy, he got robbed against Movlik Kabalayev plus 600. Don't piss me off, bro. He got robbed in that fight, almost knocked the motherfucker out, and now he's coming for the get back. Another rematch, right? And we need to rematch Movlid after he takes his L later against Kim. But this is another rematch. Borix beat him the first time. He's not winning the second time. We're about to be 1-1 going into 2, and we're going to get a round 3 finish. I just did a Jew breakdown. I got, off my Jewish compatriot here. I took the pack. I took the whatever he loves to do, and I just gave you the breakdown. My man, Jeremy Kennedy.
Love it.
Trained with him in Vegas, showed me a lot of hospitality. Very, very nice guy, Jeremy Kennedy.
Did he win yet?
Nah, he's gonna win.
He's gonna win. I'll be right back. I gotta get something for this.
James, do you have any action on Pinedo Braga?
No, bro. I was gonna play Pinedo at -200. Then I was like, fuck this. There's no point. And then it went to -260, and I'm like, okay, I can't. I was gonna play the over at -120, and I was like, do I really want to play? Because I feel like Pinedo's the only one who could finish. But do I really want to bet against Pineda finishing? Like, Pinedo is a fucking lunatic. So I passed. What about you?
I got nothing, dude. I was looking at the line. I was like, dude, Braga plus 240 is tempting. And I'm like, I just don't trust him to like get the respect from Pinedo. Pinedo just fucking walks forward and throws hammers, man. Like, I just couldn't do it. I thought the line was a little bit wide, but I just laid off.
Braga decision plus 600. I took a little bit of that, and then Pinedo finish only. I love that one.
Yeah, that's great. I saw it at what, -200.
It was like mid 200s. So I think that's -300 easily.
It was -200 at one point, bro.
Watch him get knocked out now. So fucking sick.
Yeah, and you're right, Jav. Like, this guy knows who he is. He's the guy with the better chin, the better pace, the more power, and just the physical guy. And he's that guy in every fight. So all he needs to do is walk forward, and you can't take his shots, but he can take yours. So you're eventually going to crumble. And I love the type of guy who knows what he's good at and just does it every fight.
Oh, man, dude, that plus money on Pinedo in the second fight that they had for the belt.
Oh,
crazy.
That fed families, man. That was beautiful.
Like crack.
It hits so hard, dude.
So yeah, what we got? Okay, bro. I take this one away, Jive, because I got a bit of a take on this one. So I'll leave it a little bit later. I don't know if you have, but what do you think?
Yeah. So I thought about it a little bit today, and I was like, I could see this one being similar to, and I hate to say it, but the Gilbert Burns Michael Morales fight. And I don't mean to the extent of the way that it was, but in just the way that it kind of plays out. I don't mean as quickly as it played out in the Gilbert Burns fight, but I don't really trust Usman at 38 years of age. I think he's washed. I mean, he's obviously had some good losses. You know, Leon Edwards was the champ, and Chimaev is cool, but I haven't seen anything in his last 2 fights that could make me excited about betting on him here. I mean, I thought he did little to nothing against Chimaev except survive. And he didn't really do anything against Leon Edwards in the second fight. And now he's taken almost 2 years off, and Buckley's been active. He's been fighting, you know, solid guys, in my opinion. His last couple fights have been against some older guys, but he did what he needed to do. I mean, he knocked out Wonderboy. Wonderboy's not a guy that gets knocked out easily. And he knocked out Colby Covington. And what he did in that fight, it was essentially stuff the takedowns and uses footwork, uses speed, uses athleticism, uses explosiveness to outmatch the older guy that's in front of him. And the older guy that was in front of him was a wrestler that has good cardio. And who looked more tired in that fight? Colby looked tired because he wasn't having any wrestling success. He was getting punched in the face. I think that's exactly what's going to happen here. Kamaru's not going to be able to strike with him because he's so plotty. And at 38 years of age, he's only going to be more plotty. Buckley uses solid footwork from the outside. He's in and out. He enters well. He exits well. He hits hard. He has solid kicks. He has solid takedown defense. Got a good sprawl. So I think Buckley runs away with this one. I could see a KO from Buckley outside of a Kamaru Usman bonk. I don't really see how Usman wins this fight. So I like Buckley, man.
All right. Nice one, bro. Big case on Buckley. I like it. JB, what about you, brother?
I'll just start with the Kamaru Usman side, man. Like, at his prime, I know people kind of shit on his run, but at his prime, he still was one of the best welterweights. Like, he had won a lot of fights in a row. I can't even count it. It's a lot of green on his Tapology. That's all I'm going to say. And then his title run. I know we kind of all shit on Woodley, right? But at the time, Woodley was the champion. He had just came off that win against Darren Till. So he had gone on a losing streak after Kamaru Usman. After that, obviously, he had fought Colby Covington, got the finish. That was literally one of my favorite fights ever. I think you posted the round 5 of that on your page, Lucrative, if I'm not mistaken. I remember exactly. I love it, bro. I remember exactly where I was that day. I was at the sportsbook FanDuel with my boy Dave, and we were literally I bet Colby Covington. I had no clue what the hell I was even doing. I just thought like he had a chance at underdog odds, and it was a pretty good fight up until that point. He broke Colby's jaw in round 2. He was like, "Oh, I think he broke my jaw," and then Kamaru wound up getting the finish in round 5. I was pissed. I thought it was like the earliest stoppage ever. Looking back, bro, it was just a banger of a fight. But he gets the job done there. Man, look, I won't talk too long. Finishes Gilbert Burns, looks into the camera, cuts the promo. Jorge Masvidal gets the finish there. He had the original fight with him. That was like a bad look, kind of, right? Taking Jorge to decision, but it was on short notice for both guys. I will say that. I'm just going to say the guy won a lot of fights in a row. He was dominating Leon Edwards, and then he got head kicked in the 5th round. He lost 2 majority decisions since then. So that's my case for Usman. I think he's one of the greatest welterweights to ever live. That being said, I think he has really bad, knee injuries. He's 38 years old, and he's been off for 2 years. And at some point in people's career, everybody has their time. And I do think this is Usman's time. I think Joaquin Buckley's going to keep the momentum rolling. And I think he could possibly finish Kamaru Usman. But if Usman shows any, he's got something left in the tank, I wouldn't be shocked if he won a decision.
Yeah. Nice, man. Good to hear. I just want to say I got 712 live viewers right now. So shout out to everybody here. That's a lot of people, man. Go support our guest, Hey Jive Picks, on, I believe it's Hey Jive Picks on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube. Go and support him. He's always doing a lot of content, early breakdowns as well, which is always good for people. You don't have to wait later in the week, and also sharp bets, which is the most important thing. So, Czar.
Did Kennedy win?
It's very close, bro. It's 50 seconds. If he keeps cage control for 50 seconds, it's easy round 3. You can't score it for.
I'll waste some time for a sec because I want to sweat that decision. But, bro, I don't want to take too long, but that you talk about the Usman head kick. I have like this video of me and my friends like create one of the like best moments ever.
Nice.
You gotta show us. Show us.
No, there's no word. Holy shit! No.
Oh, I know it's breaking up, but you get the idea. We were freaking
bro,
out.
that's crazy. What did you have? Did you have Usman?
I don't think we had like anything on
bet.
it, but
Yeah.
we were just watching it, just like
No way.
my casual friends, like you know, they'll watch the main event. They're like, "Bro, this is boring," and then
Yeah,
Bro,
I was
had,
watching
like-
that by myself, dude. I had some people over to watch it. They left before the main event. I was by myself, just watching at the TV, and then bang, and I was like, did anybody else fucking see that? Like, what the fuck just happened? It was crazy.
you gotta take a snap and send it to those people that left.
I know. I
Can I tell you guys my story on this one? I had $100 to win 10K on a parlay, and it came down to Kamaru Usman in that fight, and it was round 4, and somebody like called me, and they called me like 2 or 3 times. I answered the phone, and then I was like, all right, yeah. I talked to him. I was like, I'm in the middle of like watching this bet. Like this guy's about to cash me this ticket. And then I turn on the fight again, and I'm like, imagine he's like asleep when I turn it back on. And I turn it on, and it's just like, oh. And I'm just like, dude, I never just case in point, I never talked to that person again. Like I believe they jinxed me, dude.
That shit kept me up for like I couldn't sleep at night for like 2 weeks. I was just thinking about that.
Oh my god, dude! I had
Those movie
Izzy
shit,
Adesanya versus Carrera also. That was another time when I had it, and I thought he was gonna win there. Another round 5K. I had like 100 to win 10K. I've been through some sick beats on these main events, man. What you got, Ozar?
What are we at on this decision, real quick?
Yeah, let's wait for that
facts.
decision.
Yeah,
Although
we
it'll
can-
probably take like 5 minutes to fucking read
Okay,
it.
I'll go. I got Kennedy plus 180 though. I'm sweating tits over here.
Yo,
Great.
no, it's cool. It's cool because you know what? My guy Dixon Sider. I don't know if I'm a big fan of him because he had me blocked for a little while, but he shouted something out, and I just wanted to. When Jeremy Kennedy cashes, we got to play this video. Oh, wait, hold. I hate these advertisements. You got to get YouTube Premium. It's just like a easy buy at this point. Hold on.
Mind you, that the man who is single-handedly changing Friday nights weighs in tonight at 246 pounds. He hails from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Y'all know who this is, right? Come on.
No,
He's about to show you right now.
John C.
Yeah, I just got
that's Rick Rowe shit.
I just got Rick rolled, bro. Well, he's supposed to say Mr. Kennedy. My
It's
bad.
gonna be a split. This is gonna be a split decision. All right, here we go.
Hey,
I'm gonna
get
mute.
value.
I'm gonna mute.
Oh,
I'm behind you, motherfucker.
I'm crying, cuz.
Bro, I don't know what's going on. And I have a plus 180 Kennedy ticket, bro.
I think he
Please.
lost, by the way. Sorry, guys.
Hey, plus
lost.
180 to a split. I can't complain.
He lost. Luke. Oh, shit. He's doing the reaction.
I don't think he can. I think he muted us.
No, that's cool.
yeah, Borix won.
Brutal. Hey,
I-
I don't
I-
regret my bet at all.
I had a bet on Borix. So
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. He was silent, fucking sweating.
He was getting fucking cage pushed in round 3. I was like, okay, this is exactly how
I'm watching Lucrative react. This shit is funny as hell. He's just talking. I know it was funny though to watch you talk because like I could see your emotion, but like I couldn't hear the words.
Stop bullshit, man.
I
Some
bet
bullshit.
Borix at minus 125 though, so it wasn't like that bad. You know?
No.
Nah, right, bro. It looked like a 50-50 fight to me, you know.
Oh, dude.
If Kennedy gets him down, he wins the round. If he doesn't, he loses the round. The clinch is probably Kennedy close. Plus
Just came down
140.
round 3. Round 3 it was the decider, and it really not much happened. So
Yeah, it was the last 30 seconds, right? If he didn't get off the cage in the last 30 seconds, he would have lost that round.
Yeah.
Glad I didn't
Fuck.
watch it, bro. Jesus.
All right, who hasn't gone on?
Me,
on
I'll go quick. My bad. We were sweating that.
Fights are on,
James,
bro.
do you want to go first? You can go first if you want.
I think basically this is what the fight comes down to. Fuck, bro, that's some bullshit, man. He should have got the Maverick decision, and then look, both fights are very close. Obviously, it can go the other way. It's just tough, bro. Like when you 50-50 fights, both as a massive underdog, and you lose. Fuck, man.
And it's your guy too. Like, not to say like
guy.
that kind of stings extra too. Like, it's your
At
guy.
the end of the day, the bet's the bet, bro. It is what it is. I like bets all the
Look,
time.
Well,
Like,
if you just gotta learn how to win rounds, that's what it is, dude. Fucking cage pushing and shit.
I mean, he dominated round 2, bro.
I mean,
What was the 10-8 round? What was the 10-8?
What's that?
What was the 10-8? It was round 2 for Kennedy, right?
There was a 10-8.
Was it 10-8?
Yeah.
No way. I didn't hear what it was.
Pepe said one judge gave a 10-8, but I don't know what round.
So it must have been round 2, right? Or not?
I didn't watch it, so.
Yeah, I mean, it must have been.
Round 1, Boric dropped him, but it was like he didn't do anything. And then he got taken down after and was getting ground and pounded at the end of the round.
Had to have been round 2.
So, yeah. But I know what you mean, man. At the end of the day, he's a wrestler, and sometimes when you're a wrestler, it's tough, bro, because obviously the damage is big. But I feel you. But yeah, man, in this fight, I just think it comes down to how bad or how washed is Kamaru Usman. That's really what it comes down to. We don't have to overcomplicate things. We can talk about the Buckley's better striker, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, Kamaru Usman would sleep Buckley in his prime, right? Completely dominate him. He would embarrass him, in my opinion, take him down, do what he wanted with him, right? Probably break him in round 3 or round 4. Remember, Buckley got knocked out by Di Chirico and a lot of these guys. I don't think it's because he's at 185. I think it's because his chin isn't that good in general, right? So is Usman washed enough to where he isn't valued at plus 230? Who knows? You know, hey, Jive, I do give Usman a lot more credit than you did for the Chimaev fight. I think Chimaev is a generational talent, you know, one of the greatest fighters we've ever seen in the octagon. If he beats DDP, he'll like people will say he could be the GOAT, right? And it was a close fight. He went to a decision with Usman, which is saying a lot, right? The only 2 fighters to make it to decision with Chimaev is Usman and Burns. You know, those are 2 good fighters. They fought for a title once upon a time. I also thought like Usman did bits in that fight in round 2 and round 3. I felt like Chimaev won the fight, but it was a close fight, bro. It definitely wasn't an easy fight. Usman got round 2 on 2 of the judges' scorecards, and Usman got round 3 on 2 of the judges' scorecards, right? So he won round 2 and won round 3. But the way that each judge both also gave Chimaev 2 rounds, so he ended up losing. But, you know, it's always strange when he won more rounds on the judges' scorecards, but he ended up losing the fight, right? So, bro, I mean, yeah, you can say Chimaev's a gasser, but got to cut Kamaru some credit, in my opinion, for beating or winning 2 rounds on 2 different scorecards in 2 different rounds against one of the greatest fighters that we have in the UFC today. And then obviously the fight with Leon Edwards, he came in heavily injured in that fight. You know, and I know that for a fact because it was proven after the fact, but there was a lot of information. If you guys are, you know, betting, probably you heard about that before the fight. Lots of information about Usman coming in injured in that fight. And you know what? That was extremely close fight. You know, the Usman and Leon Edwards 2, that was so close. There's an argument it could have been a draw. And Leon Edwards, again, all right, he's not the best fighter of all time. He's a very, very good fighter. You know what I mean? Like Chimaev and Leon Edwards are very, very good fighters. Better than Buckley, in my opinion, both of them. So I just feel like I just wanted to, you know, push back on that a little bit, you know, which is fun. It's all in good jest. And it's good to disagree a bit. It's always shit when we're also doing circle jerking. So I just feel like we don't know. We don't know how washed Usman is. You know, he hasn't shown us. Now, obviously the negatives, I don't want to repeat it too much, but the injuries, we know about that, right? We know about his age, 38 years old. He could come in here looking washed. Even if he looks washed, I don't think Buckley will look better, really, than minus 300 where he is at. I don't think he looked that much better. Okay, maybe looks minus 900, round 1 KO, impossible. But I think more than likely, if Usman's washed, the line looks kind of accurate, right? Like if he is. I think if he's a little bit washed, I think it's a 50-50 fight. And if he's not washed, then I think Usman's a favorite. So I just feel like based on that, Like, we can all guess how washed he is. I just personally don't think we have evidence to say how washed he is. I think if you're making a judgment on how washed he is, I just think it's a guess without evidence. Like, because I think that 38 is fair enough, but winning 2 rounds on 2 different rounds of 2 judges' scorecards against Chimaev is also evidence, that counteracts the 38. Now, that was like a year ago. So, bro, I love this one. You know what I mean? I love this one. It's a very interesting fight. I feel like Buckley should be a favorite in this spot. I think that minus 150 to Buckley is fair, just based on his activity, based on his power early, based on Kamaru never having the greatest chin of all time, being dropped by Burns, being knocked out by Leon Edwards. He's got a bit of a dodgy chin, Usman. So, but who else has a dodgy chin and who's been knocked out by way worse fighters who wouldn't even last 10 minutes with Usman? That's Joaquin Buckley. That's Joaquin Buckley. So I think they both have bad chins. And Usman's one of the best pace fighters in welterweight history. So I still give Usman the cardio upside in this fight. And there was a turning point in that Colby fight. Buckley got taken down, and I bet on Buckley in that fight. And I bet on him against the Wonder Boy. So I've been betting on Buckley a lot. I bet on him against Colby at chalk. And he, it was like round 3, I believe it was. And he got taken down. And I was like, oh, shit. We might be getting cooked here. Obviously, that wasn't to be, man. Colby's just not athletic and stuff. And maybe it's the same for Usman. But I think Usman is better than Colby in his prime. And you could argue less washed. I mean, I just think we don't know. So that's my take on the fight. I think there's value on Usman here. I'm willing to pay to find out. We got one of the greatest fighters in history at plus 230 against somebody who is never going to be champion and who has lost very bad losses and who was 1-1 going into round 3 with Stephen Thompson in a 50-50 fight. And Stephen Thompson is completely washed and 40 years of age as well. So that's it. That's it. Yeah. I don't know if everyone's gone, or if not, please go. But yeah.
I'll go real quick. I have a similar take to you. Like, this kind of reminds me of Blachowicz-Olberg. Like, the line, I think it assumes he is deteriorated a lot. Like, the line assumes he is very washed, right? And in that fight, I bet Jan, and I bet Jan decision because I'm just gambling. Like, at worst, he looks the price because he's washed. But if he's not as washed as we think, it's value. So I feel like it's like a low risk situation. Like, yeah, I lost my bet, but Olberg, that was a 50-50 fight. And I feel like that could be the same thing here. Like, Buckley's minus 300. It's like Buckley KO is like the most likely outcome. And yeah, Usman could look washed. He could get knocked out, but I feel like the lines already assume that he's like washed. So yeah, I think Usman is value, and I think I'm going to play the decision prop. I haven't played that yet, but I have played Usman already. I think he's like plus 200 max. So yeah, I don't know. I do disagree a little bit. I think the Chimaev fight was kind of impressive. Like, he was a plus 300 underdog there and made it close. But yeah, that was a couple years ago. So he could be washed, but if he's not, this is going to look pretty big value. I think compared to Colby, like, if Colby's getting multiple minutes of control time in round 2, multiple minutes of control time in round 3, when he's gassed and his eye is messed up, I think Usman could get some control time also. And I feel like the striking's more competitive than the Colby fight. He hits a lot harder than Colby, longer than Colby. And like Buckley, he knew there was no danger. Like, Colby was like, doesn't have any power. He was just disrespecting him, like coming into range, throwing big combos. Like, I don't think you can do that against Usman because he's got power. He's got a nice jab, straight punches. Like, I feel like it's a different fight. And I don't know if it's not like Colby, where Colby needs grappling success to win that fight. I don't think Usman like needs grappling success to win this fight. Like, obviously it would help, and he's going to mix it up. And I think he's live to get some control time, but I think you could also tag him on the feet. Obviously, I favor Buckley on the feet for sure. And both guys can get knocked out. Obviously Usman's more likely to get knocked out because he's older, but I'm not going to act like I would be shocked if Buckley got knocked out. So I think the striking's competitive, favor Buckley for sure. And then there's grappling upside on the Usman side. I think he should be plus 200 max, and I might sprinkle the decision.
Yeah, nice, bro. So we're kind of like 2-2. The JB's breakdown was amidst the Kennedy fight, so I honestly don't really remember it, but I'm pretty sure, you know. You said the Buckley one. So
I think Buckley wins. I'm not sure I agree with the line. And
Yeah.
I hear a dog barking that's like 3.
I like that shit.
You hear it,
I love
right?
Is that you? Is that in your mic?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm scared.
Yeah, why don't we make these parlays, boys? It's been a hell of a show. You know, it was about to finish at 2 hours, and then then we will have to watch PFL. But it's been a great show, and I can't wait to make some fucking parlays.
That means we about to cash on some dogs, baby. Let's go.
What does anyone else want anything? Hey, you like the Buckley, right? Like you can write that down.
Write down whatever you want.
Give me Buckley inside the distance. Just because the KO is like not much better.
Is it the same thing?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Boys, I don't mind the under 4.5 because I really think that Buckley will not be able to keep up with the pace of Kamaru Usman if Kamaru Usman doesn't come in washed. I know Usman's not the best finisher of all time, but it captures all of Buckley's upside, in my opinion. And then I honestly think Kamaru can break Buckley. I really do believe that.
I have a tough a tough read on the total, but yeah, I could see that for sure. And then I could see Usman getting,
I'm not gonna bet it. I just want to say that.
Yeah, I think Buckley could knock him out too. So like, I would not be surprised if he just like bonks him the first couple rounds. So I don't know if I could sweat that over, especially like if Usman's not washed, he could take over late, but that's a big question mark.
I just bonk as well.
Usman he can bonk. Yes, for sure. So I'm not sweating that over, I don't think. Anything else we want?
Nah, that's good.
Okay.
No, I'm on that.
All right, who wants to go first? Hey, John, guest?
I think Lou already has his parlay, bro.
Oh, yeah,
wait. Let's write that down real quick.
Tell him what it is, Lou.
I'm literally going to name my dog Breeden, like just for this. Trust me, when I get a dog, boys, I don't know if I'm going to be on the internet at that time. I might be off the internet, but if anyone can, hit me up, maybe on the DMs, or if I'm going to name my dog Breeden, like just because of that comment.
Bro, that was like one of my favorite bets I've cashed ever.
It was my favorite because we hit the 101 parlay, bro. And we had Breeden on Parlay Madness, but I hit the 101 on Lambo plays. And it ended with Breeden round 3, or I think it ended with Makayev, but Breeden round 3 for a bag as well. That's like could be my favorite bet ever.
Dude, I had Breeden like money line and KO, not 100-1, but like it was just so satisfying. Like laying minus 500 on Jubilee is ridiculous.
I don't think we started Parlay Madness yet, though.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, maybe not. That was on the
Neil Magny.
Definitely the Lambo play.
Yeah, it was the Lambo. Yeah, you're thinking of Neil Magny. We started like shortly after that, so yeah, dope.
Neil Magny's probably my favorite ever, to be honest.
Good callback, bro. Both of them. Let's try again, bro.
Well, what's bugging out?
Should make one all together or some shit, man. Like a crazy.
Definitely. I got Kim up next. Let's fucking do this so we can.
So who's up next? Like he's gone fishing.
Yo, I don't know what's going on with my. Oh god.
Are you froze? Oh
yeah. I'm frozen, bro. I don't know Can you see me?
I can see you, but you're like.
No, this is bad. This is bad.
You're moving like Usman right now.
Oh, don't do me like that, bro.
Screenshot him, bro. Screenshot him. This is his new profile picture for Pro Day.
Yo, help me out though. I'm definitely back out. I hate to say it.
Leave and come back.
Leave and come back.
My shit's frozen.
Left for the parlays and the first fight of the night. Horth.
Oh my god. Yo, we gotta drop his pay grade. I know he doesn't get paid much, but.
All right. So what are you boys gonna do for parlays? I already made my Mansour Abdul Malik KO and Malcolm Wellmaker KO.
What do you think the true line on that is, bro?
Like both of them to KO. It's tough to say 2 legs. I don't really know how to do it because I guess you'd have to make either leg, right? And then you'd have to calculate it.
Minus 110 in my opinion.
I reckon if they, I reckon like if those 2 fighters, like if they're the only fight on the card, at least 50% of the time they both get a KO in round 1 on the same card, right? Like, would we say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Surely minus 110. But what are we getting on that? It's plus 400 or something. I'm locking that in myself, and I'm gonna I'm gonna put a good amount on that. I'm not just going normal on that. I really like that one.
Giving that out for free is just
It's all the sauce, bro. Not that hard though, is it? Still. Take the two biggest favorites on the card, play them both by KO in round 1, and get plus 400 for it. Come on, Kim, defend the takedown, my boy. Nah, that's not good. I knew Mobley would come out and wrestle hard. Did you play Kim, Hejab?
Yeah. You're ahead of me now.
Oh, man. Oh, you know what? I'm on a betting website now. I'm watching it.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, he got taken down.
Kim's fought some solid wrestlers, though. You know?
He's been wrestled a bit, but like, this is a complete Mobley fade. I think at some point he's going to get finished. I honestly think we can do a 10-8 round 3 here. Mobley gasses a bit, bro. And Kim will make him work.
I never thought he was that good, to be honest.
Yeah, it's tough. Like,
he's got 0 hair on the top of his head, so that's a red flag.
I wish we could bring the fights up on screen. It's so corny.
Oh, shit's ours here. Sorry.
Copyright.
Am I here?
You're here now, bro.
Yo,
Bro.
you're frozen. No, I'm just
Fuck, dude.
Hey Job, I think we should let Hey Job go since he's the guest, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think I know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go
Sorry.
Show the legs.
I'm going to go Ochoa inside the distance. I'm going to go
Nice.
This is your one shot, bro. You're on Parlay Madness, bro. Here we go. This is
how many?
Yo, I love this show because, like, who else on YouTube? There's gonna be somebody's gonna try and copy this idea eventually.
You guys usually do 2 legs or 3 legs?
Whatever. Sometimes we do 7 legs. We hit an 8 leg. We hit an 8-legger money line parlay. 3 plus 3005. Charges Gambino. The street.
Bro. This is it. We play all these parlays, bro. Obviously, if you guys are watching this, once again, do not put your kids' college fund on the parlay. I know my man in the comments is joking about it, but you know.
Well, I'm gonna do a safer one, and I'm gonna go for a moonshot, okay?
Yeah, we like that.
All right. So 2-legger. Ochoa inside the distance paired with Shabazi and KO.
Yeah. I like that one.
Give you plus 550. That's solid.
Bro, I might double up on these. I might double the stake.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the Edmund KO. Fuck.
These first 2 are good, bro.
Should we all do one safe and one crazy?
That one's not that.
Let's just see. I think we'll see our legs. Once we start doubling up and shit, we might have to kill it.
Okay.
Kim's fighting, but he just can't break the body lock, bro.
Tough.
Okay, so that's his parlay. That's nice.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that one, bro.
That's nice. Yeah.
I like it
I think
too.
that's plus 200 range, not 540, not 520.
Such a strong body. Yeah,
All
I feel like.
I got plus 550. I've been kidding.
Really?
Plus 150 on Bovada.
Bet. 550, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hit that on Bovada. I already did actually. The Edmund KO. I'm gonna hit that ITD though, plus 160.
Oh yeah, that's nice. It's like his money line.
Yeah. Do you want me to go, Jew? You want to go?
Yeah, go, motherfucker. No, I'm just
No, go. You go.
Nah, you left for like 20 minutes. You go. It's your turn. I still got time to think.
Oh, you're still thinking. Okay. Phew. You were talking about buying a dog, naming him Breeden. I'm getting a dog next week, so I gotta go with a dog money line.
What are you gonna name him? Name him Breeden, bro, for the streets, man.
I already have a name picked out. You know, regular show. You might. I don't know. I might be
I
too
don't know that one.
regular
Just say
show.
it. Somebody in the comments might know. So go.
You guys watch regular show? There's this like character. It's hella funny. It's like this little brown like cartoon guy, and I'm getting a little brown schnauzer, so I'm naming him Rigby.
Hey, Rigby.
I think I'm gonna go
Rigby. No, I'm just
Rigby
playing.
Breeden?
Rigby Breeden. Yeah, that can be his last name. Let's go with. I'll go Rose. I'm gonna do a 3-legger.
I feel like we're gonna hit a big one this week. I feel like we should do one. Like, I don't know. I feel like we should do a bunch of parlays, bro. Just feeling it in my heart.
Let's see, bro. Let's see.
Yeah, so I can't double down on the Edmund KO. I really like that one.
No,
Go
you
ahead.
can.
Yeah,
You can. If it hits, we hit too. Like if you want it, bro.
Okay, I was just checking because he used a good leg. One more. I like.
Rose, why are you putting a 240, man? Get the Rose.
Yeah, wait, I'm getting rid of that.
This is a degenerate show. What are we getting for the decision, bro?
Fuck that. No, I
And
don't.
she sub that? Maybe.
I don't. No, I don't want it. Let's go.
KO. Head kick KO round 1.
What are the odds on this? I don't think it's gonna be that juicy though. I'll if it's not.
We need a lock.
Yeah, we'll do a D-Gen one later. Oh, that's not bad.
You guys know JP. What are we talking about? A DJ?
Armor? Fuck. Not looking good, hey, Jav.
That's all good. We're going to cash on these parlays.
All right. You up? Do you know or do you want me to scroll?
Yeah, scroll. I need to see. What did you guys go with so I don't expose?
You went the KO one parlay. I love that.
You guys are pussies. I'm just playing. Those are good parlays. I'm obviously just joking.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm looking in the comments. There's some good ones in here. We got Bellato, Wellmaker, Psy KO plus 1724. Lavelle says Rowe sub, Barcelos sub. Lavelle coming with the Rowe sub, Barcelos.
That's a JB type lay.
That's a very JB kind of parlay. Did we write both of those down?
I think we have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We have sub 800 and then.
Well, all right. I want to go. My boy's kids' college funds on this. So, like, are we? See, I want to go crazy, but then again, I don't know. Like,
we'll do a D-Gen one after.
All right, cool. Okay. I'll go with Wellmaker KO minus 250, and now I'm gonna go with a crazier one to like make it nice. And
I like that, a 2-legger with opposites.
Yeah, that's how me and my boy Brasco have been cashing on IG. So he'll just go with one like chalky one, and then I'll go with the crazy leg, and we've been just racking them.
That's what I did. Del Val under was it was like minus 120, and then I went Gomes KO 2-3 plus
Dang,
the 2-legger oppo.
You know what's funny? Because you know what? I used to play DFS back in the day, and my best lineups were always when I just went like I would play chalk, and then you need to go contrarian somewhere, and that's how you play those parlays too. You go chalk, contrarian. So, all right, maybe I'll go with one more chalk, or I'll just go with a crazy. I'll go with a crazy. It's for me. All right, so I'm gonna leave it up to you, Purdue. I'm gonna actually consult with you.
This is yours.
No, I know. I want to consult with you though. I got Usman decision, Rowe. I like sub or like an ITD there, or Horth 2-3 props. What do you think?
I think I like Horth 2-3 or Usman decision. Flip a coin.
What do you think, Lil?
I think what's the Usman decision line? It's not there, is it?
It's like they have his KO favored way more, which I get it because Buckley's been knocked out, but like 500, 550.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I'm gonna pass, man. Okay. I'm gonna let you handle that.
Okay, I'll go. Oh, I hate women's finishes. Rowe, should I play? All right, I'm gonna go with Rowe. Should I play the ITD or should I play the sub?
I say you go ITD. You already have another leg. I don't want to talk you off of it though. It's yours.
I'm going Horth ITD.
Respect.
Bang.
That was the circle jerk fucking parlay.
Yeah, that's my gut.
I bet.
Because I was gonna ask K-Jive too, but then I looked back and we all agreed on that. So
he's sweating PFL right now.
Yeah.
Bro, Kim just slipped on a kick, bro.
No.
Threw a kick and just fell to his ass.
No.
What's your timing?
1:19.
Yeah, we're back up again. He's making him work, bro. He just can't do any damn. Like Movledge just too much for him, mate. Just too much for him, bro.
Yeah, he just can't get away.
All right, let's do
round 3. Trust me, round 3, bro.
Let's do a 4-leg. Like,
combo.
Can I do a Jew too? Can I do a Lou too? I want to do a Lou
you
too.
just all want to do a DGen parlay?
Well, I want to do a Lou too because I
Hey,
like.
go. Me too. What
Your
you
show,
want?
bro. Go for it.
We're on top. Did we steal the round? Did we steal it? Probably not. Eh? If we land some damage,
No.
we end of round bias. Who's fucking with me end of round bias?
I don't have action, but I'm rooting for you guys, bro.
Nah, we can't. It's too late. But we're on top. That's what I'm saying. The tide's about to turn. The tide could have turned 3 minutes earlier. If we got to take down 2 minutes earlier, hey Jav, we won the round. It's 1-1 going into round 3. Like it's crazy because it looked domination, but in my opinion, Movlid small margins because he gasses out. Look at that. He's landing. Stole the motherfucking round. If we land one shot, nah, he got countered. Fuck. Right, if he landed one shot, he could have Borix Kennedy in round 3 there. We could have stole the round. Round 3, we're going to get the KO. Watch this one, boys. And at the same time, we're going to give the crazy parlay. So we're going to go easy work. We're going to go Rowe does not go to a decision.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All
And
right.
Horth is too big. Horth's too big. She's going to finish this girl. That's it. 2-legger. No fucking about.
Wow.
We're
Early
circle
prelim.
gang.
That's going to be a juicy one, bro.
Yeah. I ain't a pussy. Someone called me a pussy earlier. I'm not pussy, bro.
You got it, bro. Come on, but now I need to be able to make one. That's all I care about. I want you to make one.
Who said I'm a pussy? Let's go.
Like now I got I got to go like for like plus 130,000 now.
Yeah. And I don't know. That's me. I'm good with that.
Nah, that's beautiful, bro. I like that parlay.
So who are we doing any more? Who's next? We
Should
should
we do a
probably
combo, one leg from each?
we should do a join one for sure.
Yeah.
What about JB special? Or you already did it?
No, I'm down, bro. But I just want to see yeah, bro. I'll go for it. Why not?
Hey, Jeff, you wanted to make one more too, right? Or no?
Why not, dude? Yeah, let
Yeah,
him go.
if we want to
And
get
then
really crazy with it, I mean, I'm down.
No, this is your
Yeah,
D10 one. Yeah, go crazy.
Yeah, bro. This is the moment, bro. 794 live viewers, man. This is the moment.
That's gotten
To make
crazy.
everybody a fan.
Zoe sub?
I ain't going like that.
I'm kidding, bro.
give me Ochoa sub and Barcelos sub.
Wow.
Yeah, that's clean. That's lovely.
That's a
35
JP
to
play.
1.
I just hate Barcelos sub because he didn't sub Peyton, but it's not 1-on-1, right?
Peyton's
It's
a
just like
dog. Peyton's a dog. I'm
he
kidding.
is,
No.
bro. He lasted 3 rounds against a fucking black belt. That's great.
But yeah, Cody giving up that, I don't know. It's like he let that choke happen. I'm not going to lie. At UFC 300.
Quite fast, right?
Yeah. I was there live and I was sweating the under. I laid chalk on it and I was like, oh, terrible fucking bet. And then he just gave that up. 3,500. Respect.
Woo! This is such a frustrating fight to watch. I feel like we can win it, but
I know.
Just-
It's like he's
he
not
keeps
doing
up to his
anything.
feet, right? He keeps
not
getting back up. To his feet.
anything. He's
Yeah, no.
spending everything, get back up to his feet, but he just can't get away from him.
Yeah, which is what Movlid does, right? Like if you watch his fight against Brendan Loughnane and stuff, which kind of is similar. And to be honest, most of his fights, he doesn't have great control, but they just can't get him off him. Gilly. Nah, he got out of it.
JB Special, you eyeing these up?
You want me to go?
Yes, sir.
Nah, you go first, bro. Pro to the tip.
No, I don't need to make a second one. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
We could just
I like
we could do one leg each, or yeah, whatever. Let's definitely do one leg each at the end.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that, but I don't need another like
I'm going
parlay.
crazy, bro. This is the craziest episode ever. All right. I'll go with just scroll up. I'll go with Rowe by sub plus 800. He's got the long arms. I think he's
Club sub. Gilly.
I think the equity on the sub is wrong.
Yeah, I think so too, honestly. Like club and sub, bro. I like that.
Yep, let's go. It's gonna be a good clip this week.
All right.
And I will take Horth. All of her finishes come in 2-3, bro. So I think that round 2 or round 3 are really good bets. I'm gonna take both of those. I think it's via sub, but I'll take both of those.
You have the combo?
I do not.
Okay.
I could go like round 2-3 sub, but it would suck if she got the KO. I really do think it's the sub though, and I already got the ITD in a parlay, so we're
Okay.
gonna go shoot for the moon. And we're
Shoot
gonna
for the
go 2-3 sub at plus 1200 on FanDuel.
Moonshot.
Oh, my moonshot. I
Yeah.
like that.
And it's a sub. I mean, if you want to just be safe and be a pussy, you can play the fourth sub. But I think the 2-3 sub. You know, I've gotten greedy before and paid, but I think Vanessa's tough. She'll survive around cardio dump, give up, and we cash for 116.
Oh my god.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, what the fuck, bro?
If that hits, I've hit
If that
one.
hits us,
That's like
it.
close to the odds I hit on the span McGee one that you mentioned earlier.
Nice.
Okay.
Maybe this then we hit it.
Oh, the joint parlay. The joint
Joint.
parlay. This is such a frustrating bet to watch. She's defending everything and doing nothing. That's game over. Hey, Jive. I don't think we can do much now.
Yeah, we're cooked.
50 seconds left and he's getting grappled. All right. I'll just do the first leg then.
Okay.
I don't want to double up if I don't have to. Scroll up. Please. Thank you. We done the Brundage under. We done Malik KO. We haven't done
under, but it's chill. I don't care if you double up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to double up at this point.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it anyway.
Oh, flying knee. Oh, spinning wheel kick. No, we lost. Hey, Jav. Sorry for getting your heart rate up. We lost.
Did he empty the clip late?
Yeah, he landed a spinning wheel kick on the armpit.
Respect.
If he was one armed, he would have hit him in the head, bro.
His back.
Yeah, and then he fell back.
Hey, respect that he went for it at least, you know.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh well, I'm still up big because of the first two crazy ones.
Shields. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Shields plus 230, bro.
Yeah, we
Even
had
with
that
that,
down.
still up, but we hit the under.
Okay.
All right,
down.
boys. I kind of want to put Simone Smotherman, but it's really, you know what I'm gonna do. Bellato KO. That's it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Same price, and I like it way better.
All right. I'll take Malcolm Wellmaker minus 3,000.
All right.
Nice, bro.
Good fucking sharp play.
Solid one.
I'll take Moutinho sub plus 3,300.
Let's go, baby.
We can't go against each other, bro.
Should I take?
Parlays. We'll do 2 parlays.
Oh, man.
Moutinho in one, Malcolm moneyline in the other.
Actually, though, shout out a leg. Whoever wants to go.
All right, so
I've gone.
James is taking Bellato KO.
Yeah, you can double up if you want, bro. It's whatever.
I'm gonna take Ochoa inside the distance.
Yeah, I feel like that.
I'll take Malik Brundage under 1.5.
I bet. Ochoa ITD.
Nice.
I like this fucking leg, dude. And you wanted Brundage. All right, bet.
I'm going to the sportsbook right after this with my PFL winnings, and then I'm gonna lay it all on these parlays, boys.
Yeah, when you hit that 116 to 1, just don't forget about your boy.
Sorry, bro.
Smoke a
I got
big. Yeah, let's go. Smoke a big one. Or hey, Jav, me and both are sub parlays. I like
Yours
both
is
of them.
Rowe sub and
Wait.
sub.
Wait, this is. Wait.
Yeah, and yours is Barcelos and Ochoa. I like
Yeah,
it.
we're the suckers with the sub bets, bro.
I might have to tail that. I'm definitely tailing it, actually.
I'm going Cody Barcelos doesn't go. I accidentally wrote minus 120 or minus 150. It's minus 120, so I got to redo my odds.
nice.
Minus 120, minus 190. And then I'll do the full lay odds. 572. That's a little better. Okay. We got minus 135 plus 160. Oops. And
Produce quick with it, bro.
like I'm not. That's the thing. Oh, 1166. That's fire. Let's go parlay that.
Yeah, let's go.
What was your parlays are?
Mine is
Well, let's just go through them all.
let's go through them all. All right, ready? All right, we got Lou number 1. We got Malik KO, and then Wellmaker KO.
No, Czar. I sat here for 2 hours and 54 minutes. Lou, you got to say your parlay out loud.
Okay, bro. If we're going back to the roots,
Yep.
We got the first KO. We got the KO parlay, the KO1 parlay. Matter of fact, we're taking the 2 biggest favorites on the card, and we're turning them into plus money. Crazy work. Malik KO round 1 plus 135, parlayed with Malcolm Wellmaker KO1 in his home city. Dan from Half the Battle goes mad at the same time as Hey Jive picks in the same motherfucking suite, in the same parlay show, in the same stream at the same time, and we're all gonna cash big bucks. Plus 145 comes home at plus 476 odds.
That's what I needed, bro. Okay. Hey, Jive, you're up. Top that.
All right, we got Ochoa inside the distance. Sorry, Cody. I know it's your home state, but you're too old, all right? The new age is here. 24 years of age, Jose Ochoa channels his inner Charles Oliveira, brings the fight to Cody Durden. Cody Durden gets finished again. Ochoa inside the distance. Leg number 2. Edmund Shabazian whispered in my ear when I was in Vegas. He said, take me by KO. Take me by KO against Petrosky. I said, say less. Petrosky's been chinned by a hip. Edmund Shabazian is the most dangerous round 1 fighter outside of Khamzat Chimaev. So Edmund Shabazian's going to KO him probably in round 1. Could be in round 2. But we're just going to take the KO at plus 150. Ochoa inside the distance, plus 160. Edmund Shabazian KO plus 150 to plus 550 parlay for you. Easy bread.
Love it, bro. I'm going to steal that Edmund KO breakdown. That's in my parlay. I think Cody Barcelos is going to be violent. I think it's more 60-40 than 50-50. Either guy could get finished. I think they're going to trade on the feet. Cody could bonk him. Barcelos could bonk him, club and sub. He could just take him down, submit him. I like that one. And then I think Brundage is fucked. Malik is way too big. He's going to get on top and probably pound him out. I got plus 572. I'm not as hyped as you guys. I don't got as much talent on the mic, but I like my parlay.
Edmund KO plus 150. Change it, and then the odds going to be over 600 maybe.
Oh, yeah. I'll give myself some love on that.
Yeah, we like you anyway, Czar. You remind me of, I don't know, bro. You're Jamie. It's all good, bro.
How old are you, Czar?
I just turned 24 last month, and it's James's birthday, too.
And Matty Betts.
Hey.
Yeah, they have the same birthday.
Bro. Is Matty 30th or 31st? He's 31st, right?
31st, yeah.
Yeah, I'm 30.
Damn. Oh, I mean, all the betting gods are born in May then, I guess.
Yes, sir. Yo, mine's exactly 600. You called it. I feel like that's great juju.
Woo!
All right, Drew's up again.
Wait, what? Wait, really?
Yeah, look, minus 120, minus 190, plus 150. Because I had plus 140 instead of plus 150.
Wait, what's lose? Don't tell me it's okay. I was gonna say that's some devil stuff, bro.
No. He just said change your odds because it might be plus 600, and it
literally is plus 600. That's crazy, bro. All right, Jew, it's my turn. Wellmaker. My bad. All right, Wellmaker. He's gonna get this KO easy. If Guido Quinetti is able to knock you out in the first round, Malcolm Wellmaker is going to make easy work of him. Then Horth is going to be able to finish Vanessa Demopoulos. I know she hasn't gotten that UFC finish yet, and I always play these women's to get the finish. This time, I really, truly believe it's going to come through, and all 4 of the boys are on it. We're going to smoke them like some pet. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
All right, Lou 2. So we've got 2 600s, which is clean, and we got a 1300. Man, Loosa versus Rowe doesn't go to decision at plus 180. You got to be crazy. If you watch tape on these guys, Loosa gets knocked all over the octagon. This guy's never been finished. It cannot keep on happening. Everyone hurts this guy. Rowe, he got hurt by Gabriel Green back in the day, And even more recently, he got hurt by Nico Price. This guy's getting hurt all the time as well. I'm banking on the Rowe submission for my boy JB, but I think it can come any method, plus 180, good odds. Horth ITD, whatever JB said in the last one, just put that in here, man. Horth's too big for the girl. She's going to finish her. Plus 1,300 is good odds.
Yeah, basically same thing, bro. Rowe sub, 2-3 sub for Horth would be the most insane probably cash in history.
Ever on live. Hey, Jive, last time.
For the sub special, is that what we're going for? The sub
2,500.
special plus 3,500. Jose Ochoa, once again, gonna channel his inner Charles Oliveira. All right, he's gonna march forward, land some heavy bombs. Cody Durden, he's on wobbly legs. He shoots for the takedown. Here comes the front choke, guillotine, ninja choke, Darce choke, anaconda, whatever you want. Ochoa gets it done by sub. And leg number 2, Cody Garbrandt on the brink of retirement. He just tapped for the first time in his career to Davison Figueiredo. Here comes another Brazilian looking to take him down. Gets in the mount. Cody rolls for his back, rear naked choke. Barcelos sub plus 500 to cash us in, plus 3,500 on the sub special. Take it to the bank.
Let's fucking go. The Brazilian sub special. And then that's it. The last legs, I got Bellato KO, Ochoa ITD, Malik Brundage on 1.5, Cody Barcelos doesn't go to a decision. I like all of these legs. I like them a little bit more than I usually do for the entire Parlay Madness. I don't know whether I'm hyped because I'm winning on PFL or because we got Hey Jive, the man here. I don't know what it is, but I think I'm going to double down on these legs. I'm winning a lot this year, so I can afford to double down a little bit more and sprinkle on top of the sprinkle. So that's it. Parlay Madness, 3 hours long. We fucking did it. I mean, we was on the main event at 2 hours, and somehow we went another fucking hour. I blame PFL.
Yeah.
I blame all these fights going to a decision. And I also blame myself for ranting, but it's all good. We're here now. So, yeah, I just want to thank everybody. We got 804 live viewers. We have more live viewers now than we did an hour ago. So they stayed an extra hour and more people joined. So, man, I want to shout out every single person here. I really appreciate it. And, of course, shout out our guest, Hey Jav Picks. Thanks for coming on, brother. Tell everyone where they can find you. Hey Jav Picks on all social medias. You got your own bets as well. Home of Picks. All of that good stuff. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. Let us know.
Yeah, I appreciate it for getting me on here. Fan of the show. And it's always a good time to talk the fights with some fellow cappers and some cappers that I respect. So appreciate y'all. You can follow me on the socials at Hey Jive Picks. If you want all my bets, jump in the Home of Fight Picks winnable. You can get a 7-day free trial with code Atlanta. I'll be at the fights. So my boy Dan, I'll see you in the suite. And if you're in Atlanta and you're going to the fights, if you see me, don't hesitate to say what's up. I'm always down to chop it up with you or take a picture or whatever. But it should be a good weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate it.
Let's fucking go. Zar, any last thoughts before we kick off?
I don't know. I'm feeling special about these parlays. Like that Parlay Madness team lay. Like I want to go big on that, bro. I don't know. I'm feeling it.
That's a big one, bro. That's
Well,
a max.
you know what? Here's the way I put it, bro. Is like you're gonna watch the show. There's gonna be bad weeks. Obviously, we've had plenty of them. Like parlay wise, right? I'm not saying like pick wise. Not that we haven't had any bad episodes, right? But there's been some where we've hit like crazy parlays, and came up like 50-1, 70-1. Not a lot of people even like willing to give that out. So I'll just say that. And thank you guys for having me. Hey, Jive, appreciate you sitting here for 3 hours. Zar, same thing. If you guys aren't here, I got nobody to talk with. Same to the chat. If it's not for y'all, we don't got a show. So anybody who sat here and watched this for 3 hours, appreciate you. If you just tapped in now, I appreciate you. Please just give us a follow on social media. Parlay Madness YT. I'm at MMA Jewish Better. On X, I'm like 40 away from 3,000. So let's get the boy JP up there at MMA Jewish Better. Hella love, y'all.
Yeah, make sure you follow everyone. And that's it, boys. Peace out. Hopefully we can cash some of these motherfucking bets. And that is it. Until next time, let's get it.